Okay, we're live.
You up and running?
Yeah, come.
Shalom. We out here once again, bring you this truth. According to the scriptures, give all praise to Yahweh by Shem outside. By Shem with us. And basically Ron Lodge gonna really open it up. I'm just doing the opening to the opening. You know? I'm dealing with them scriptures. Anyway, today's date is December 8th, 2018 year of prophecy. In less than a month, it'll be 2019. And all the different camps, they're going to have their own sit-downs on so-called New Year's Eve. So we look forward to it, you know. Wherever you at, do your little shows, you know, and then through the Spirit, Most High, I'm going to give you the new title for the new year. It's already in my mind, but I ain't going to tell nobody yet.
Right.
I think I got a little
Yeah, well, don't say that.
little hint
Yep.
in the
Hey,
spirit.
anybody got a precept? Anybody got a precept? Anybody got a subject?
Chip, I guess.
Y'all about to
Oh,
say
let's,
that.
let's go, you know what, let's go to, I did a video and I went through Psalm 64. And that's a short psalm, it's 10 verses. And I said, that's a bad psalm right there, man. So let's open with that.
You want to bring
And
Chris
that's
up?
talking about the elite, the wicked. And that's a good chapter of Psalm 64 because it leads you
Oh, yeah.
to a lot of precepts.
Oh, yeah.
So let's open with that. And then, Lord willing, we'll probably go to Psalms 10. And Psalms 10 pretty much goes hand in hand with Psalm 64. So whoever got it, go ahead and read it.
All right, this is Psalm 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O Most High, in my prayer.
And this is King David. You want to read the heading? Is there the heading?
To the chief musician, a psalm of David.
Right, and in the video that I did, when I read this psalm, the word psalm means song. So David played well on the stringed instrument. You know, when you read about the account of David playing the instrument for Saul, Saul had was vexed with an evil spirit. And when David played, in some form, the evil spirit got off of him, and a righteous angel, a righteous spirit jumped on him. All right? So, you know, there's certain music that you play that actually summons demons.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of these the hip-hop, these rap songs, a lot of the beats and the melodies, Esau put some beats and melodies, and there's satanic beats and melodies, man. So actually you get demons on you, man. You know, you go to a hip-hop concert, you go to a hip-hop concert and the shootout take place because those are those demons, man. They showed you that in that movie, Jacob Black, yeah?
Yeah.
Where they showed you the scene where the guy, the main character, Tim Robbins,
yeah.
he was at that party, and the woman that he was with, the Ephraimite woman, she was really a demon.
And Elizabeth Pena.
Yeah, Elizabeth Penn.
Yeah.
Didn't she die?
Yeah, she died.
Yeah,
She died.
She
Yeah.
died a while back.
Yeah.
Well, she was always the head, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, he saw those demons around him, and then she actually turned into a demon.
Yep.
The demon was popping him.
Yeah.
And they were showing you in that movie, that all around you is demons, righteous spirits, and wicked spirits.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So you niggas get shot up at some place because you went around a bunch of demons.
Like the Lord, Satan told the Lord that Job had that hedge around him.
That's
Yep.
it. That's it.
He said, you take it away from him.
Yep, and that's why snakes be getting shot up because they don't have the hedge around them. Now I remember before I came into the truth, I was a young man, but I kind of knew about the Israelites. but I was a kid, and I went to this Run DMC concert. That's when Run DMC made it. I was the top group out there. I believe it was at Roselands. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if you know about Rose. You don't know about Rose? Okay,
I don't know.
And Roselands was the place to go. Yeah.
That was a skating place,
It
right?
was like a skating place, and it was
Yeah.
a disco. You
Yeah.
know?
The fashion show.
I mean,
I couldn't resist.
karate show.
Fashion show, disco.
Anyway, you had the electric boogie motherfuckers. You had the break dances and shit, you know, and the poppers, yep, the lockers, the camera lockers. Anyway, that was a concert, so I went down there, and it was so full that they had to turn people away. So you know, Jake started getting all rowdy, and the cops came, and they had their nightsticks out, and they just started swinging at Jake. And I just stood there. So the one cop came to me, and like he was like, "So why ain't you running, man?" And I just looked at him, you know. And then the guy went like that to hit me, and I kind of grabbed it, but he tried to bring it back, but he couldn't. So I kind of had it. So he's like, "Help me, help me!" So a bunch of other cops surrounded me, and they all had their nightsticks out.
Yeah.
And that's when I was in the mall. So I said, "I'm gonna go out like a champ, man. I'm gonna back motherfucker, you know." And all of it, huh?
Like a man in that movie, what was that, Jim Kelly?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that you kind of picture like fuck it. You know, I was young, you know, a little wild.
Yeah.
And then the cops went to hit me, and I saw a force hold it back. It was like a force. And they put the shit down, and the one guy took the stick. He said, move on," and I just moved. Then I said, "That's a spiritual thing."
Yeah, that's heavy.
But I said, you know what I said? I said, I'm not an Israelite. Because I knew about it. I said, I'm not an Israelite, I'm an Edomite. Because this is Esau's world, so Satan was protecting. You know, I was thinking stupid.
Yeah.
But then I realized later on, I said, wait a minute. The Most High was, matter of fact, give me the scripture, Job. There was a hedge around him, man.
Yeah.
And maybe a year after that, or 6 months, I came into the truth. But I already knew, I was a kid, you know, I was still young. So I saw things, man. I saw angels. I seen the angel actually come to my house when I was like 7 years old, you know, and blew a coal. Matter of fact, give me that too, Isaiah 6.
That's it,
Blew,
yeah.
blew coal, took the coal out of a bag and blew it into my eyes, and I went back to sleep, you know?
This is Job 1 and 8.
So we seen things, man. I actually seen a so-called UFO, and it looked like a UFO. It didn't look like no blimp, you know, because when you look at it, you say, is that a plane? You kind of rule out, is that a plane? Nah, that's not a plane. Is that a helicopter? Nah, it's not making no noise. Is that a blimp? And then you realize, I said, man, that's a ship,
Yeah.
you know?
This is
So we
Job,
done seen things, man.
Job 1 and 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man?
Oh, God's been saying that we're not perfect. You GMS, you getting on Adam Abbott. You guys ain't perfect, but wait a minute. The scriptures say that we're perfect. The scriptures say that we're perfect.
A perfect and an upright
Meaning
man,
we have 100% truth.
one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Does Job fear the Most High for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him?
So the Most High made a hedge about the whole nation of Israel at one time. They were protected. You know, when they went through the flood, I mean, when they went through when the splitting of the sea, when they left out of so-called Egypt, they were protected, man. That's why the Egyptians couldn't get them.
He even put a hedge on Cain.
Say again?
He even put a hedge on Cain, like for him not to be destroyed, so he
That's it. That's
come
it.
into power.
Well, that's also in the scriptures. Yeah, we can read that too. We can read that too. You know?
This is the word for hedge. The Hebrew word H7753. It's shawar. No, shawar.
Watch out for that.
Shawar, right? It says a primitive root to entwine, that is shut in. for formation, protection, or restraint. Fence, making hedge.
I got a precept.
Yeah, because you were right. There was a hedge against around Cain for him to do his dirty work, and there was also a hedge around Esau for him to do his dirty work. You know? And the Lord told him in Deuteronomy 2nd chapter, when they went over that passing by Esau, they said the Edomites were afraid of them. They knew that they were Israelites. They were afraid of them, man. And the Most High said, no, don't mess with them. Don't mess with them.
Here's
Because the Most High had a plan for Esau.
a quick precept about protection, the Lord protecting Israel. Psalm 121 and 2. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
What are you
hand.
reading out of
Psalm 121.
Yeah, well, you can read the whole song, man.
Okay, Psalm 121 and 1. I will lift up mine eyes.
Read a little louder.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. That's what happened with you. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Yeah, and that's to the elect of Israel.
Psalm 121.
Psalms 34,
Oh,
7.
you know, I gotta tell the story. My mother, right? She couldn't really read. This is before she passed away. Now she knew Psalms 23. Now I'm a little child. I'm about maybe 8 years old, 9 years old. So she goes to me, can you teach me a psalm? So we're going, I'm going through the Bible because I was always kind of connected to the Bible, a little boy. And guess what psalm I stopped on? Psalm 121. Even before she passed away, she knew that psalm because I would recite it to her. She'd recite it. She knew that psalm even before she passed away. She knew that psalm, man. And then later I come to the school, One West Hunt, and find out that's one of the top psalms. So that's kind of spiritual. I mean,
The psalm that we read in the Passover.
yeah, Psalm 120. I just stopped on the psalm and read it to my mother, And this is 75, 76. I'm like 10 years old, something like that.
Another good psalm is the 23rd psalm.
Yeah.
Somebody read that.
So the point is,
Everybody's going in the psalm.
the point is, brothers, we're all, in some way, we're all connected to the heaven. This proves we're the Heavenly Father's people, man. Esau don't get down like that. They're connected to Satan. Satan is what they're into,
This is Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them.
Rosh chapter 34, verse 15. Blessed is the soul of them that fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to whom doeth he look, who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a covering from the sun at noon, preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling.
Psalms 23. Psalms 23. A psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall
And
not
remember,
want.
these are songs.
Yeah, song.
These are songs you got to sing in the Hebrew.
Yeah, this psalm, man, every Israelite knows that.
Yeah.
The Lord is my shepherd.
They don't know how to break it down.
No, they can't break it down.
Go ahead.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
And that's ultimately the kingdom.
Yeah.
And that proves that the kingdom is going to be on earth.
Con.
See, these churches think the kingdom of heaven is in the great by and by. It is sweet by and by.
The upper room.
The upper room.
The upper room.
Go ahead.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul.
Yeah, this knowledge restored us because we were dead, man. Like how did Apostle Paul say we're dead in trespasses? Yeah. So we had to be vibrated, revived. You got it.
He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Oh,
So you got to know the name.
oh,
You guys be playing around, man.
oh.
You better know the name. You better stop calling them other demonic names.
His
But
namesake
Christ is a demon.
is a demon.
Jesus is a demon. Christ is a demon.
Con, Yah. Got guys saying Yah.
Yeah. Well, you can say Yah. You can say Yah.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a hallelujah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hallelujah is praise ye Yah.
It's praising Yah.
So
Yeah.
you can say Yah. You can say Abba.
It's better than Jesus and Christ.
Oh,
Yah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yah is short for Yahweh.
Yeah, yeah.
Who said that?
Jake be saying
Oh, yeah, Jay, hallelujah to you. Don't even know what it means. Go ahead.
He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
What's the valley of the shadow of death?
America.
America.
America. And why is that? Break it down. Somebody give me Job, I think it's Job 20 verse 10. Job 21 verse 10.
Yeah, basically, if this country here, you're susceptible to be put to death at any moment.
Easy. Yeah.
You could just drop dead. You could get hit by a car. You could get shot. You could get stabbed.
Somebody go to Deuteronomy 28 and go, I don't know, 55, verse 55. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but matter of fact, we start at verse 47. But he said valley, right? Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. What does the word valley mean? I'm asking y'all. What does valley mean?
Lowland.
Lowland. You got mountains. You got hills, mountains, and then you got valleys. Valleys are the lowland. You know. So America's a lowland. Morally, and religiously, morally. Go ahead.
You wanted Deuteronomy, you said?
No, keep reading.
Oh.
Somebody hold Deuteronomy.
Oh, Salakia,
28,
okay.
47.
Okay, it says, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
So the valley of the shadow of death is America, because it's a lowland, and it's the shadow of death. You walking down the street, you hoping, hey brother, when you drive the Uber, sometimes you can, two motherfuckers try to set my ass up. But they saw I got gold in the spirit,
Yeah.
and they said, nah, we ain't gonna do that shit. And I was pissed the fuck off, and they were two niggas,
Fucking niggas.
And that's why when you call, if you're a Jake and you're in the city, you can hell in the cab, they drive right by you, man.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Jakes give Jakes a
Bad
fucking
name.
rap. Anybody got that scripture in Job? It's either Job 20 and verse 10 or 21 verse 10.
That's why for you brothers out there that's doing the Uber, the best thing you can
Put up
do,
the prayer.
send up your prayer, man. Don't leave that house without sending up your
What
prayer,
did it say?
because you're setting up you're building up that hedge. When you pray, man, you're building up that hedge to get that protection, brother. So you brothers out there, and even if you don't work for Uber, before you start your day, you should always send up your prayers. You always got to send up your prayers, man. The scriptures say that men ought to always pray and not to faint. Prayers are powerful, man, because prayers demonstrate faith. If you really don't believe, you're not going to be saying words. You're going to be like, ain't nobody really. Shalom, bro. Watch out for the dog shit. Watch out for the dog shit.
You gotta get in the mind frame and the mindset of these 2/3. They're the enemy. They're like
the enemy, yeah.
Them niggas, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they're more, fuck them. If they're whatever they into, the hell with it, man. You ain't got no time to talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, brother put pray without ceasing. That's right.
Yeah,
Prayer.
that's what Paul said. Yep.
Prayers are extremely, and a lot of guys don't pray. I'm gonna tell you like it is. A lot of guys in this
you
thing,
drive and you say a little.
you say prayers, man.
And one prayer I say, I got a long prayer and a short prayer. The short one is the How Shai, Barak Yah, Wa Akyam Yah, Wa Ka Akyam Kazakyam. Anybody know what I just said?
Yeah.
Anybody know? You a Levite, brother. I'm listening. I said Yahweh Shem Shai, Barakya wa Akiyamya.
Yeah.
That's me and Akim. Me and Yakim. Uh, wa Akim Tazadakim.
And righteous.
Righteous brothers.
Righteous brothers.
And
Yep.
especially the righteous brothers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Then I'll say the prayer over my mother and 2/3, one third of Israel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then over my woman, you know, and then over, basically I pray over all of y'all, man. The brother, especially the righteous brother.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So the message of prayer is very important, man.
Oh yeah.
And that keeps away the demons too.
That's our connection.
That's our connection. And that word prayer, when you look it up, it literally means to beg. So we're begging Yahweh Shem Yahushua to
Well,
protect
that's
us.
what you do. That's what you do in the court. In sentencing,
Yep.
you're praying to the judge.
The judge, yeah.
You're praying for $1 million. You're praying that the cop get fired, and
Yeah.
then the judge might fire the cop. Instead of giving you $1 million, he might give you 500,000. So that's a prayer.
Prayer.
So the ultimate judge will
Yeah.
pray, and you got to pray against Esau.
Yeah.
And you got to pray against these phony Israelites,
Yep.
these extortionists. You know?
Yeah.
And then you got prayer and you got supplication.
You got something, yeah?
Yeah.
You know? And supplication is like deep begging.
Oh, extreme begging.
You know?
Extreme begging. Yeah.
Better say something while I find the scripture.
And that's why pretty much the Lord calls this truth that we teach a song. You know? And we're singing it, you know, at the top of our lungs. You know, there's parts of it that you sing with glee and joyfully. There's parts that you sing, you know, 'cause it's bitter. You know, and prophet Ezekiel said that this book is filled with lamentations and mourning and woe.
So this is really like an opera.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in an opera. You got,
Well, this is the Most High's movie.
yeah, you got the
This
good,
is his place.
the songs of glee in the opera.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I meant to say Job 10, 21 and 22. And that goes with Psalms 23. Yea, do I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. Now this precept goes with that.
I got a precept for you.
Go ahead.
James 5 and 16. Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, if you do anything wrong against your brother, you
Excellent.
I'm sorry, brother, forgive me. Move it, keep it moving.
That's
So
it.
we got that, Job 10, 21 to 22. Go ahead and read that.
It says Job chapter 10, verse 21 and 22. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
This is the land of darkness and the shadow of death. Yea, though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. So Job is in America.
I will fear no evil.
I will fear no evil. Read that again, please.
Job chapter 10, verse 21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and
The land of darkness is America. Somebody get me Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah 25 and 7. And then somebody get me, I believe it's Isaiah 61. I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, 60. I asked for something else. Did I ask for before I asked for Isaiah? No, but I asked for something else.
Job 21.
Isaiah 25 and 7. So go ahead and read that.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
So if there's a covering cast over you, you can't see nothing. You know, you gotta have your hands out to see where you're going if you're blind. Blind people, that's why people don't know the truth. And the Most High, close your eyes. You know? At least I see with the eyes, Isaiah 6. So if you are more, that means you an Israelite, but you're going around saying you are more. Not that I'm focusing on the Moors and getting on the Moors, I'm picking on the Moors. If you don't know that you're an Israelite, then the Most High didn't open up your eyes. And some of them will tell you, yes, we're Israelites, but we're also Moors. Would they get the Most High? Close your eyes any goddamn way, man. If you only go by the Old Testament, then guess what? The Most High haven't opened up. You can say that you are the tribe of Judah until you blue in the face. You know?
I got a quick precept for you.
You got to know the whole truth, 100% truth. And really, GMS is the only group that has 100% truth.
That's it.
And we are the true defenders of the gospel.
That's the truth.
As soon as that young boy, Adam Abbott, which basically been following us
Yep.
since I heard from 2015, and from what I heard, he used to take our videos and put it up on his site, but he wasn't teaching, and I guess he felt the confidence to become a teacher. But before he really actually went out there, he came to our camp. That's when he was out of town.
Okay.
He was out of town, all right?
That's why I don't remember.
That's why you don't remember. He came a couple of times, man.
Yeah, I remember.
And then, so what? Basically, whatever they was teaching, when you watch their videos, they teach that what they was teaching is what they learned from us. All right, not IUIC, ICPK, all them other groups. They probably listen to them other groups, but the main focus was on us. And the way this guy was breaking down scriptures, you got that from us. You making phrases just like I make phrases, or certain phrases, man. So now for you to say that the mark of the beast is not what we say it is, and that's why we jumped on you, man. Yep. And then the light-skinned brother said, why are you hating? Well, that shows you a baby in this truth. First of all, we wouldn't hating on nobody, we were rebuking. Nigga don't get it, man.
Which is love. That's love.
Yeah, you rebuke somebody and they're gonna call it hate.
They're backwards. They're backwards.
You gonna get on a brother, they're gonna say, oh, you shitting on me. That means you feminine, man.
And that's like your pops.
Then the nigga made this light-skinned dude, the tall one, he said you can teach whatever you want to teach.
Yeah.
As long as, but is that the scriptures? That means you got a bunch of Israelites in the Passover. Some of them teach that Edomites can make it, and they might actually have their Edomite friends in the Passover. That's confusion, man. It tells you, the Apostle Paul said the Lord is not the author of confusion.
That's it.
But of peace.
Yeah.
As in all the churches. As in all among all the saints. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse, I'll start 18 to 19. It says, for I testify unto every man that heareth the word of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these words, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the books of this prophecy, Yahweh will take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book.
I got a quick precept.
You might as well get Proverbs 30, verse 5 and 6.
Yeah, quick precept.
Because you better, when you come out here and teach this word, the Most High gave to Ezekiel a roll, told him to eat the whole roll and go out and teach the children of Israel. You got guys that think they ate the whole roll and they're teaching their own thing. We understand that if we're going off like teaching at the market of beast and the microchip, if we're going off, we understand that the Most High can deal with it.
Oh yeah.
But you don't have no fear of the Most High. We are aware of those scriptures, and we still say the market of beast and the microchip. Why? Because we know these scriptures here.
That's right. Quick precept.
And you guys are not deep like us. You're not deep. You one deep. We're 5 deep. All right? We're deeper than deep. And Esau is deep. First of all, Esau is deeper than you.
Yeah.
Esau is deeper than you, man. Esau knows about the rape doctrine. Esau knows that the mark of the beast is a microchip.
Yeah.
The children of this world are wiser in this generation than the children of light.
And when we did a video, the chip is really a perversion of the ul. If you wanted to serve your
The
master.
Blue Letter tells you that.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
Bible Hub, I went to the video. I showed
There you go.
the Bible Hub.
Yeah.
The Blue Letter said this is a sign to show the obedience unto the Antichrist.
Yeah, for life.
So for life.
Yeah.
So they telling you the Blue Letter, the mark of the beast, the microchip. Man.
Yeah, it's a perversion of the ul. And what is the ul? Does he Adam Abbott?
First of all, Adam Abbott.
Does he even know what an ul is?
He changed his name to Adam Parrott.
Yeah.
So that's all he is, a parrot.
And that's what Esau does. He perverts shit.
And we don't hate that guy.
No.
We don't hate that guy.
No.
All right, we're getting on him and we're rebuking you, just like the scriptures say, man.
Yeah.
reprove.
And rebuke, yeah.
But as soon as you rebuke somebody, he goes off, you hating. You shitting on me.
That's a woman. A woman acts like that.
That's a guy that you should mark.
Yeah, women act like that.
Right.
Like if you discipline your woman, you hate me. You expect that from a woman.
Right.
You don't expect that from a grown fucking man.
That's called effeminate.
Anyway, quick precept. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I
And
just
why do you think those Alexandria Jews, they picked up stones and killed Stephen? Because
Yeah.
Stephen was cutting them.
oh, he was cutting the hell out of him.
Let's say that.
He was getting into this.
Man, he would keep, and you could see his hand, shake the hand. And
Yeah, absolutely.
He said, don't you? Hey, we should read that.
Absolutely.
Because he was going all into the history of Abraham,
Yep.
Egypt,
Seven tribes.
and then he brought it up to date to Yahweh Shai, and he basically said, "You fools can't see that."
Yeah.
And they stopped their ears, and they stoned him, man.
He started like a hurricane. You know, a hurricane, it starts all small, but then by the time the storm ends, the full force of it, that's how
And
he
what they say
started.
about Stephen?
Yeah.
He was one of the seven.
Yeah.
And they said, let us find seven men
Yeah.
of wisdom,
Right.
full of the Spirit.
Right.
A man of honest report.
Gone.
So this guy Stephen was perfect.
Oh yeah,
He's a bad
yeah.
dude, man. And he's right here.
Yeah, I think I might.
He's this motherfucker. No, listen.
I think I might know who he might be.
He's this motherfucker.
If I may, a quick precept to back up what you
And they're
said.
gonna have a video now. So Lord teaches a new doctrine.
Yeah.
Rhyme live is Stephen. Reincarnation. You going off the heart? You don't know that? I said, yeah, I don't know. Just like I don't know I'm Paul.
Yeah, right. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. It says, "Now I beseech you,
And
brethren."
for the record, I don't know who the hell I am. I know that I'm Tahar. That's about it.
But even if you know who you are, does that exempt you from doing the work? Are you okay? Now you know who
That's
you
why
are.
Paul ain't. That's why Yeshua ain't doing the work.
Right.
He thinks he's Paul.
He thinks he's Paul.
I'm Paul.
He used to say that.
I don't gotta do the work. Look, I'm
Yeah.
Paul, and that's all.
Yep.
I don't gotta do the work no more.
And that nigga was crazy, man. He said, "Look, just so y'all know," he'll stop the class. "Just so y'all know, I'm Paul." And if anybody jumped up and said, "Nigga, you ain't Paul," he would have karate, because he was into that karate shit. He would have karate the dude, man. I'm serious, bro. I'm not making. You think? Tell these brothers, I ain't hyping shit up.
He said, "Look, I'm Paul.
Yeah.
Paul.
He would
I
drag
don't
his.
want to be Paul."
Yeah.
But the Most High whipped my ass
Yep.
and said, "You nigga, you Paul."
You Paul.
But then when Moses left,
Yeah.
he all of a sudden became Peter.
Oh, I
All
didn't.
these brothers turned
Yeah.
to me, I'm the apostle Peter.
He's
Well,
Peter
I
now.
mean, nigga, for years, you were saying that you were Paul.
Yeah.
That's why you're not in this thing at all.
Yeah, that's why I
And
had
when he
to.
did the video with Son Nigga,
Yeah.
and who's the first group that popped up and cursed him out? We did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
cursed out Yeshua, because
Yeah.
Yeshua ain't doing the work. That's
No.
why he made that statement. He said, "I ain't never stopped doing the work."
Yeah,
I
right.
said, "Well, then where you at? Doesn't
Yeah.
the scripture say you will see your teachers?
Yeah,
We ain't seen you in years, man."
that's right.
And that's why we're the most hated group out there, man.
And we love it. We take it as a compliment, a blessing. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10.
Oh, we love it, man. Oh, we
Yep.
love it. We love being the dirty. We love being the heavy.
Oh yeah. The dirty dozen.
Yep.
The dirty dozen.
Now you saying you dirty to 12? The boss said he's one of the 12. I heard him say it. He said he called himself the dirty dozen.
The dirty dozen. That's us. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. "Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our," oh, there's that name again, "by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you." But there be no divisions among you.
Right. Like you speak this.
Speak the same thing. That there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. How does that fit that unity camp?
Where you reading from?
1 Corinthians 1 and 10. That I'll read the latter part. It
You
says,
can
but
also go to Ephesians 4.
Right. That's all.
yeah,
Start at 10th verse.
and that latter part is heavy of the verse. But that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. Now, how does that fit those unity camps? They all have different philosophies, man. No.
That's nothing but confusion.
That's confusion.
Because if somebody's speaking and somebody comes up, let's say the guy that's speaking believes in the virgin birth, then he's going to teach that. And you think them other guys going to correct him? You know?
No, they're not going to say nothing. They're not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
Just like Alizar didn't get on Adam Parrott.
Yeah, like
That's his new name,
Adam
brother.
Parrott, yeah.
Adam Parrott.
Yeah, like them other groups, right? They have an attitude. Oh, we ain't gonna say nothing about those guys.
Right.
We ain't gonna say. That's the wrong attitude.
Yeah.
The prophets, the reason why they were killed because they rebuked everybody. They didn't show no partiality. Them other groups, they show partiality, man. Oh, we ain't gonna talk bad. Well, I'm kind of cool with Nathan, so I ain't gonna talk bad about Nate. Or I'm kind of cool with this guy.
Well, if you find out how Nate really was,
Psst.
you wouldn't be cool with him.
Yeah, I'm cool with you, Hunter, so I ain't gonna say nothing bad about you. How are they men of the
Well,
Lord,
I
man?
can be cool with you too. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
question you, man.
But that's their reasoning. Oh, we ain't gonna say. You notice that, right, brothers? Them other camps, they ain't getting on the other camps. Now, Great Millstone, we're the only camp that we get on everybody, including ourselves.
Oh hell yeah, oh yeah. We be having fights, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
We be having knockdown, drag out fights behind the scenes.
That's it.
Pastor, we can start at in the beginning of the 4th chapter of Ephesians.
So now you know who those of you guys. I've read your comments. Oh, well, who's right? Which group is right? Now you know which group is right. Start thinking. Start like George Gordon. Start a wild new concept called thinking. All right. Most of you niggas don't think, man. Yeah, George Gordon used to say that. Try a wild new concept called thinking. Okay. Yeah, George Gordon used to say that.
The prophet.
Yeah, the prophet Georgie. Yeah, yeah.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, beseech you, that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness and with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring
Forbearing one another.
forbearing one another.
In love, yeah, we're supposed to look out for each other.
Right. In love.
You know what forbearing mean? Mean you deny yourself. You deny yourself and you put your brother ahead of you. That's what Yahushua did when he washed the feet of the disciples. He didn't have to wash their feet.
May I
You got it, bro.
Go ahead.
You got it.
This is Proverbs 24 and 11. And this is for the unity camps and guys that don't get on guys, you know, when they're going off in the doctrine. It says, if thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, does not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, does not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his work?
Yeah.
So the scriptures say, if you don't warn, if the Lord said that the wicked's gonna die and you don't warn them,
Right. His
then,
blood
then
shall be
the
on
blood,
you.
he gonna die, but the blood's gonna be on you.
I was going there.
And even the Edomite Pontius Pilate said, my hands are clean
Right.
from the blood of this man.
Right.
You know, because even he understood the concept of
Right,
people's
right.
blood being upon them, according to the scripture.
Well, the scriptures say he perceived that because he wasn't a stupid man.
Right.
He perceived they brought Yahushua because of jealousy.
Jealousy, yeah.
The wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, they were jealous of Yahushua.
Can somebody give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 20?
28:20.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 28, 20.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 20. It says, the Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke.
The Lord shall send upon thee curse and vexation and rebuke. So how's the Most High rebuking you? Through these men. Oh, Isaiah 58 and 1.
It says, the Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. And all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly. Because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
This is Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sin.
And what's their
Look at that.
transgression when they are the laws and the scriptures?
Yeah,
If you go off on the scripture, you
Yeah.
got to cut the guy. You got to
Absolutely.
him out.
yeah. Like Apostle Tar mentioned about Alizé. Now you see your boy going off, Adam Abbott. Where's he? There's not one video of him rebuking the guy, because maybe they're cool, cool with each other. Cool don't cut it, man. The prophets weren't cool. They weren't your friendly neighborhood. Yeah, the prophets are cool guys. Man, the prophets were hated, bro. The prophets were hated, man. The majority of Israel, they hated the prophets. You know why? Because the prophets, usually when they came, they had a bad message. You guys ain't doing this right. You ain't doing that right. The Lord is going to jack you up. And they didn't want to hear it.
Psalms 104, verse 7. Go ahead.
Matter of fact,
Micah chapter 3, verse 8. But I'm
Nehemiah.
truly am full of power of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and of judgment and of might, to declare unto Jacob his transgression, and to Israel his sin.
Right.
that's what we're supposed to do.
This is Psalms 104 and 7. At thy rebuke they fled, at the voice of thy thunder they hasted away.
Yeah, so we're rebuking them, they fleeing, but that's talking about the Most High rebuking.
God.
You don't want the Most High to rebuke you. Give me a Proverbs 9, verse 8.
I got it.
Apostle, can I read this quick?
Go
This
ahead.
precept. This is Nehemiah 9 and 26. It says, nevertheless they were disobedient and rebelled against thee, and cast thy law behind their backs. I wonder what people is talking about. Cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them to turn them to thee. Isn't that what we did with Abbott? Didn't we testify again to turn him back the right way? And he calls it what? Hate. There you go.
That just shows they don't understand the scripture.
That's it.
No, well, that's why we call him Abbott Paris. Adam Paris.
Nehemiah 9:26. Nevertheless, they were disobedient and rebelled against thee, and cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them to turn them to thee, and they wrought great provocations. Therefore thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies, who vexed them. In the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors, who saved them out of the hand of their enemies.
So we are your saviors too.
Yeah, there's a scripture.
Saviors with an S.
Upon Mount
That's
shall
all
come
we
sit.
talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and saviors basically means judges.
Judges,
Yep.
yep.
You know?
Oh
Allah
yeah, I'll
Hayim.
take.
We are also known
wait.
as the Allah
I
Hayim.
thought it was. That's that hand.
Matter of fact, we're going to change our name from Apostle to Allah Hayim.
Yeah.
Then they're really going to hate us.
These things
Allah
work.
Hayim Tahar. Allah Tahar. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 27 and 5. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love.
Boom.
Hey,
Boom.
and that's what Allah is guilty of.
Yeah.
He's not open rebuking, he secretly loves this guy,
Yeah.
you know?
Which
Somebody
is not
give
good.
me Proverbs 9, verse 8. Proverbs 9, verse 8.
Yeah, this dog.
Proverbs 9, verse 8.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 8. It says, reprove not a scorner lest he hate you. You, a wise man, and he will love you.
Now we rebuked them, Adam and them, and instead of them taking a rebuke, they're coming back. All right? So that's this scripture condemns him.
Yeah, that's it.
Reprove not a scorner, and he became a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and Adam Parrott is not a wise man. He's a youngster,
That's it.
and he will love thee. He don't love us, he hate us.
Yeah. He thinks we hate him, which is, if we really hated him, we wouldn't have said jack shit. You got it, brother. You got it.
Amos 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
That's it.
They abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
Beautiful.
Oh, I got it. I must be allowed to do this. Proverbs 13 and 8. And this Gabar, this is going to remind Allah Gabar. This is going to make you think of a particular guy we were talking about.
Uh-oh.
Proverbs 13, verse 8.
Yeah.
Somebody read it.
Okay.
Oh,
Proverbs 13 and 8.
Uh-huh.
It says, the ransom of a man's life on his riches, but the poor here not rebuked.
But the poor here is not rebuked. So you got guys that think they're rich, but they're really poor.
Oh, right, right,
know?
right. Okay, I got you. I
Revelation
got you.
3.
Yeah. No, 3 and 17, right?
Right. Yep.
Somebody want to read that? That's a powerful scripture, Revelation 3 and 17. And everything we do, it ain't really us. It's Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're just utensils of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That, you know. So guys, so for a guy to be proud, that shows he doesn't understand.
Oh, here's another
know?
nice, juicy one. Ecclesiastes in the scriptures, 7 verse 5.
Yeah.
And before you read that, a lot of these different Israelite groups are known for their hip hop videos.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
they get a lot of people to follow them because of the hip hop videos.
Yeah.
Ain't no scriptures in the Bible where it says thou to write hip hop video.
Yeah. Gimmicks, which is nothing but gimmicks.
That's it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools.
That's for a man to hear the song of fools. The song of fools is that hip hop. garbage.
Yeah, that nonsense.
Jay got to go.
Huh? What happened?
Two dudes walking back. You know,
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you know what, brother? We in that
That's the norm. That's the norm. That ain't nothing.
Oh, I picked up two of them moles in the Uber, man.
Yeah.
And I told them guys, I said, you
Moles.
guys, I said, you guys have a good day. But I almost want to say, you gays have a good day.
Imagine what them pumpkins do when
They
they're
would
alone.
give me a 0 and shit. They would have my ass fight.
I wonder
They would
if,
have you deactivated.
yeah, they would have had Nick. That was Nick, right? Nick would have been deactivated.
oh man.
Effing faggots. You believe this shit?
Alternate lifestyle, my ass.
That's from that movie, Falling Down,
Can you
Brothers.
imagine what them
This
pumpkins
dude,
doing
when they're alone? What about them muff divers?
That's why he had it killed the way he did.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
He was getting on homo.
Yeah, he was getting on homos, yep.
And that was a bad movie. Man.
Alternate lifestyle, my ass.
I got a precept.
Well, they showed you in that movie, the little kid, he,
Oh, yeah.
the main guy, he couldn't work that
Rocket launcher.
rocket launcher.
Yeah.
But the little black kid, see, I can do that. And you know what's
Yep.
written on his baseball jersey?
Yeah.
Quado,
Quado, yeah.
which is Judah.
Judah, yeah.
In French.
Showing you these devils know,
They're
man.
showing you that these devils know. And that came out in the early 90s.
Yep, falling down. Yep.
That was about the downfall of America.
Downfall of America. Yep. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 17. So as thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and know not that thou art wretched and miserable, and poor, blind, naked.
Yeah, because you got certain Israelites, they want to live a comfortable life on this side. They want houses. And this is no joke, man. They want houses. They want fancy cars. Okay, we're listening to some some of the evidence on our way down here.
That's right. It's a lot of fuckery going on.
The Lord, the scripture said, though they that possess as though they possess not. We're not in the time of having these pretty things. We're going to have that in the kingdom, brothers, where it counts.
Hey, somebody get Luke 17, verse 3.
Did not the Apostle Paul said the fashion of this world shall pass away? So what the hell are you getting them pretty things for? The missiles are going to have their way with them. That pretty car you got in the driveway, guess who's going to have the best laugh with it? A missile.
Where's that
Okay.
in the Apocrypha? I think it's 2nd Ezra's, the 15th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. The more thy decorate thy house.
Oh, the more I will be angry. 2nd Ezra 16,
2nd Ezra
16 and 40,
Yep, yep.
40,
Yeah,
41.
it was like in the beginning.
Count. That shows you those guys don't believe in the scriptures. They don't believe in the Holy Scriptures.
Luke 17 and 3, you said? You got it?
Yeah, you got it, go ahead.
Luke 17 and 3. Take heed to yourselves, if thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him.
Sure, for
And if he repent, forgive him. And if he trespass, you want me to keep going? And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him. Yeah.
Somebody get 2 Timothy 4, verse 2.
Hey, could you look up something?
Matter of fact, start at 1.
Surfeiting. Spell S.
And we're going to read down. We're going to read down into this chapter.
F-E-I.
This is the Apostle Paul
T-I-N-G.
speaking. And a good example to follow is the Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
He was truly a man of the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Like, go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. I charge thee therefore before Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Lord Yahushai HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearance in his kingdom. Preach the word, the instant in season,
That's a
out
faith.
of season.
So we cut people, we get on different Israelite groups, we take them winters on. That's a rebuke.
T-I-N.
And then what do? They get mad. Go ahead, read on.
Reprove, rebuke, exhort, all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers and itching ears.
So what does that mean? They will look to themselves as having teachers having itching ears. They'll go to the people that they're comfortable with. Oh no, I'm not gonna get with GMS because you got to go out on the winters. You got to do this. You know.
To those that appeal to them, to their lifestyle. You know,
Exactly.
like the Most High is here to
Accommodate you.
accommodate you, to accommodate you. You know.
Yeah, the cats with the dreadlocks.
Yeah,
They get,
yeah.
Now here it is, the Apostle Paul said, he clearly said a man with long hair, it's a shame unto him. He clearly said that. But you got these guys with the dreadlocks. Then some of them are so demonic talking about, oh, I'm taking a what do you call it? A vow of a Nazarite. Nigga, please.
Nigga, you ain't taking motherfucker. You couldn't spell Nazarite, man. Shut the fuck up, man. Unfucking believable.
Boy, I tell you,
But then
man.
they'll keep the Passover and
Yeah.
drink wine.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why these guys
Playing
the Most
games.
High's not dealing with you guys, man. You had the dreadlocks in the world, and you wanted to keep that fashion statement.
That's right.
So you found a scripture to justify.
Right.
Oh, that's the vow of the Nazarene. The vow of the Nazarene, you ain't supposed to eat grapes.
Yep,
You ain't supposed to eat dried grapes. You ain't supposed to drink wine.
yep.
Apostle, I had a question about that. Because
Oh, you're not supposed to go amongst the dead.
Right.
I had a question that, because Yahweh Shai was a Nazarene.
Say again.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh was a Nazarite.
But he drank.
Yeah, but he broke it. He broke
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
The Apostle Paul took the vow of a Nazarite and he broke it
And he broke it.
Okay.
to keep the Passover.
All right.
Because he knew he had the vow of Nazarite. You can say, I'm going to keep the vow of Nazarite for a year. And then around the Passover come, and what you have to do is this.
Right.
If you took the vow of the Nazarite and you go to the Passover,
Yeah.
guess what you got to do, nigga?
Right.
You got to shave your head bald.
Right.
You got to shave your
Eyebrows.
eyebrows. You got to shave everything off you.
Right.
Are them motherfuckers doing that?
Hell no.
Hell no, man.
So they're playing games.
So they're playing games.
And the Lord is going to destroy them.
How about Shum, how Shai,
Shalak,
Shalak,
Rayam,
to Adam,
Parrot.
Bradley, Parrot.
Con.
Because you niggas ain't right.
Right.
When you asked that question about the 3 questions, about the 144,000, and I said I don't know who the 144,000 is or ain't,
Yeah.
but I know one thing: you ain't one of the 144,000.
Right.
And you ain't one of the 144,000.
That's
And
right.
I noticed the last video you did last night, you didn't really go into the subject that we were going back and forth on.
Yeah, look
So
at that.
now you're feeling like a fucking ass. And you can go your own way, and all your 9,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
This dude put up a video. The nigga just came to the truth 2 years ago. He puts up a video. He'll put up a video right now and get 9,000 hits.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that, man?
Oh, that's the
I
scripture.
don't know the scriptures.
Was it the cry of more than the cry?
Is that in Ecclesiastes?
Yeah. The cry of the voice of the wise I heard in quiet,
Right.
more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
And he rules among fools.
right.
Them young guys around him, he just got that little crew together.
Right.
Those guys don't know the scriptures. They're kids. They're kids.
Dead end kids.
They're like a Rodman, a C. Rodman's son said in one of the Floyd Mayweather 24/7.
Yeah.
One guy from England fought the Rodman's son's little brother, and he beat him up, right? So then Rodman's bigger son said, "I'll fight you," but he said, "No, I just got finished beating up your little brother." So he said, "He's a kid. He's a kid."
Right.
Well, you guys are kids, man.
Yeah.
You're kids.
Badass kids.
You're somebody's son. That's all you are. You nothing but a mockingbird, man.
Oh,
And the
man.
Most High is not dealing with you. Okay?
This is Proverbs 20:29 and 1.
Hey, you can't piss with the big dogs when you're a chihuahua.
Proverbs,
Yeah, yeah,
Proverbs
yeah.
29 and 1. He that
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry to cut you off. That dude that's down with Brother X. You know that young brother that's down with Brother Ben X. Now he said something about the Hebrew Israelites. I think he was getting on Yohanan and them. And guess who came and confronted him? GMS. And he says these GMS guys, not just Israel,
it to the
it's
end.
these
Hold it to the
GMS
end.
guys. Look at all these videos they put up against me, man. Because we're the defenders of the gospel.
That's
man.
it. That's it.
Oh, and Vocab came with his bullshit. Vocab and Dr. James White, we were the main ones that cut their ass, man. You know, Dr. James White, Vocab and them.
Yep.
Everybody else was quiet as a church.
Yeah, they were quiet,
Yeah,
man.
because they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
Some other groups, they're scheming, man. They're doing this shit for give me
James?
No, Titus 1 verse 10.
Oh, Isaiah 56.
I got it right here.
Sleeping,
Yeah.
loving to slumber, lying down. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Titus 1 and 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision,
You know what that means? Those that know they're Israelites. Those that know they're Israelites.
whose mouths must be stopped.
And somebody keep holding 2 Timothy 4.
Hey, so you know what? It said whose mouths must be stopped. So eventually the Lord is going to start bringing some serious judgment. Dude going to jump up talking shit, and he going to die right there, man. Right there on the
A
camera.
lot of these guys are doing this thing for vain glory. And that's why they don't come out in the wintertime, man. Because they don't want to obey the Most High. This
That's
is
it.
what the Lord said through using the Apostle Paul, man.
That's it.
He said, preach the word, be ready in season, out of season. You know what they did? They said that don't mean that. If they don't want to do something, they said they dismiss the scriptures, man. Like a bunch of goddamn Christians, man.
And you know what? We ain't doing this for glory, because long before YouTube or
We
BoobTube
doing
or
it
any
to
tube,
get the glory, man.
right? Any tube, we were doing it. And we were fiery passionate back then, just as we are now, because that's always been ingrained in us, man. So we you know we ain't doing this for no to be no
When they were
celebrity.
under the high priest, Ariah and them, we used to go, we would know, if you were part of the One West school, we would go out in the wintertime. That was a given. They didn't buck up against it.
Yep.
But when all them splits came, you know what they did? I ain't gonna go out in the wintertime, I'm gonna take the winter off.
That's it.
Because they're doing their own will, man.
Yeah. Hey, you think Yahushua wanted to go on that cross? Yahushua didn't want to go on that cross, but he went on it. He did what the Father commanded him to go on the cross. So we're doing what the Father commanded us to do. That's the point. You got it, brother. You had the precept, right?
No, he read it already.
Oh,
Proverbs
well,
29 and 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
whoever, yeah.
You got the one in Titus?
Yeah, I'll continue. Verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake.
There you go.
For money.
Money.
They extorting brothers, man.
Extorting. Yep. A lot of that going on.
Extorting nobody. Hey, if one of you brothers won the lotto for $100 million, we ain't supposed to extort you for that money.
That's it.
Now you're supposed to give 10%.
That's right. That's by
That
law.
offering. The offering you can give $1.
That's right.
If you want. But that's it. And anything else that you give is from your heart, man.
That's it. Oh, the extortion, that also comes under covetousness. You see a guy got and you covet it. That's one of the 10 commandments. You shall not covet your neighbor, meaning your brother.
Yeah, that's the same shit Comfy in them.
Yeah, covet a man's property, covet a man's wife.
Cover the man's wife. Hey, because this guy, and you simple ass niggas that follow Comfy, he said, I'm the God sent comforter. And the very minute he took a man's wife, you was supposed to leave that school, man.
That's it.
So guess what? The Most High ain't dealing with that. And if Ariah and Shaw don't, High Priest Shaw don't get out that shit, they gonna get hit too.
Yeah.
With some missiles. And then they gonna come back. Go ahead.
If I may say, the Lord said his judgment is swift. He said, like, there's a long build-up, but the judgment is usually swift.
That's why people say the Lord is long suffering.
It's long suffering. It's a long buildup. But check out the judgment. It's swift, quick.
It's just like an earthquake. An
Yeah.
earthquake don't just happen. The tectonic plates, move. And after they stretch for so
Yep.
much, and they come
They
back.
snap back like a
Man.
rubber band. That's what happens. You got 12 tectonic plates, and they're moving. They move so much and they snap back. That's when the earth shakes.
The more oil Esau takes out, the more earthquakes you.
Man, Esau, hey, I listen to, I go to sleep, I have the YouTube on, and I'll have my home page, it'll be this guy,
This works pretty good.
what? What's this guy? Schiff? And he'll, Peter Schiff, he'll come on, and right after that, it'll be like Joe Salente. Then it'll be like Jim Rogers. It'll be all those financial guys, Jim Willett, and I'll be half sleeping. I'll wake up to it, and they all say the same thing, man. These are Edomites now. They all say the same thing. They said America's done financially.
Check out.
This gonna make this. The president gonna make the president of 29 look like a walk in the park. They all say the same thing, man. They all say the same thing.
Check that out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, things are going to happen in 2019 because the illuminated ones, the false illuminated ones, they have an agenda.
Right.
So maybe their agenda from back in the 1800s, maybe they wanted to do it in the year 2000. So it takes time. They wanted to push this chick a long time ago. They're pushing it big in Sweden. And the main reason why they're not pushing it here, in my opinion,
Right.
is because you got first of all, you got us,
Yeah.
all right? And then you got a lot of Bible-believing Edomites, which a lot of them are Jake anyway, in the Midwest, which is the Bible Belt, and
Bible
down
Belt,
south.
yep.
The people are all into Christianity. Them Edomites, or what look like Edomites, they go into the market of beast, and they say it's a microchip, man. Even this guy, Pastor Powell, Pastor Dowell, he even did a video last night, just put it up, on the market of beast being a microchip. You know?
I actually got the. You remember you told me to record when I go back to that store? Well, I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, if y'all want to see it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And they got right now in Atlanta, they got a kiosk in Atlanta where
Check
where
that out,
you
man.
could
Check that out.
it's a face scanner, you know.
Right.
So they got, and then the next stop is Detroit. So that's one step closer to that market of beast.
Yeah.
Because if it can scan your face, you don't think it can scan a RFID microchip?
Yeah.
Well, your smartphones can scan your face.
Right.
You know, all that.
Your
Voice, fingerprints, all that shit.
And if it don't happen, it would make the Lord a liar. And the scripture says it's impossible for the Lord to lie. The scripture clearly says he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's that chip, man. What the hell else could it be?
I got something to going on along with this. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Yeah, like I always bring out that point, the Lord called us when we were young men. We came in when we were young men. Go ahead.
Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Yeah, we're in that time now, especially us brothers. Wake up, like, man.
I gotta get up every 2 hours and pee, man. And then
Man.
I'm picking up somebody, and then you get the herbs, you gotta pee, and then you gotta find a bathroom, and then you run into,
Catch Charlie horse.
And the only pleasure speaking on our behalf, us brothers, us hoary-headed brothers, the only pleasure we have is doing this work. That's about it.
and sleeping.
And sleeping, yeah. Which I can't.
We don't even sleep right. Bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Morning,
I was gonna say that.
You can't say your pleasure is eating because this food is garbage, man.
And forget about the women, because I can remember a time when women were really feminine. Women now, they're more masculine than a truck driver, man.
Well, that's
Large
the
margins.
Yeah.
Edomite women are feminine.
Well, yeah.
Edomite
Yeah.
women are feminine, man.
Yeah.
And we're going to get them too, the kingdom. We
Yeah.
just mean that we're going to pop them.
Yeah, there was a time, believe it or not, women were actually, they dressed feminine. They wore dresses. I remember that shit. Late 70s. Now, look at, man, come on, man.
Long hair.
Some of the
Yeah.
Now they
black
cut their hair.
women, I'm gonna watch that Tommy Sotomayor when he was on that show.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lucas Fox.
Yeah.
They said this man hates black people. Let's show some of the clips.
Yeah, yeah.
And they got the worst
Yeah, yeah.
clips they could of this guy talking shit. He was sitting there laughing.
Yeah.
That's a funny dude, man.
Yeah, well, he's a media whore. He's the ultimate media whore.
I mean, we mentioned him years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Before he was kind of
Oh, he got all happy, man.
And he got all happy. He actually put up a video of
Yeah.
us speaking on his page.
Hey, well, I can't now. That's his hustle.
Well, that's his.
That's his hustle. That's his spirit. That's his
The Most
hustle.
High put the spirit on him to
Yep.
get on the platform. Man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And it's been very profitable for him.
Oh, very
Immensely profitable.
Immensely.
You got it.
All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
That's going to happen. Be not darkened. That's going to happen when them nuclear missiles and the chariots come. Now, the prophet Zephaniah, he spoke about it. Zephaniah, the first chapter, he said a day of gloominess, a day of darkness. Hey, because Zephaniah saw it, man. He saw Yahushua coming with them chariots and the missiles, and he saw all that calamity. Because for him to write about it so vividly, he had to have seen it.
Isaiah saw the mushroom cloud.
Isaiah saw it. So it's going to happen. There's no doubt in our minds it's going to happen. No doubt. Because the prophets, they saw it. They actually saw it and wrote about it.
They got sick when they see him.
And there was this young, I don't know what she was like on the left side, and she was giving a testimony. You know, they call it the rapture. And she
Oh,
said,
yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
oh, you saw that one? She said she was in an Uber car with two people in the back, and the driver was driving on erratic. She said she looked out the window, she saw missiles flying.
Look at that.
And then she said she saw this big cloud. And she said she knew that's where the people would be going to. And she kept saying in the dream, why ain't that going up? Why ain't that going up? Why ain't that going up?
Look at that.
Well, that's you can back it up with the scriptures, Joel.
I was gonna go there.
And reiterated in Exodus.
Yeah. So there was another one, I didn't get a chance to watch that one.
And that scripture in Joel 2 and Acts 2, when it says thy daughter shall prophesy, that don't mean you're going to go out on the highways and byways and do video. That means you're going to have a
Somebody-
vision and you're going to tell your husband. You know?
Good.
Go ahead, read it. Go to the ones in Joel 2. Joel 2 and
You talking about the dream? Okay. Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it says, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
talking about Israelites. Sons of Israel, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Go ahead.
And it says, your old men shall dream dreams.
Yeah, if I may say the word prophesy, it simply means to say before.
Say before.
So they're going to say things that's going to happen before it happens. And that's another thing with them other groups. A lot of them don't know the meaning of words. Knowing the meaning of words is
Well,
very
they're not
important,
deep.
man.
They're not deep.
It's extremely
They're
important.
not deep. If they were deep, they wouldn't get emotional with the whole rape thing, man.
Exactly. You got to know the meaning of your words, man. Words are very important. Like I always say, our stock and trade is in words. We deal with words.
And we were the ones that introduced the blue letter to the Israelites out there. We're the main
Yeah,
ones
the
that
Apostle
go-
Elder Tar, you
came
went
to
into
me,
it.
And I showed y'all, and y'all
Yeah.
got all into it.
Absolutely.
You know?
And then that blue letter, that was like a tool from the Heavenly Father, man. And that backs up what the Elder Apostle have been saying about Esau being deep. Esau, like you said in the video, you didn't put the blue letter together, nigga. It's true. And when he said that, I was like, yeah. No, that's the spirit. The spirit came on you. It's true. Didn't talk about shit about Esau.
Jake knows all these
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
And I get to think on the books.
Yeah.
And what about the book of the Lord, the book of the wars of the Lord?
Yep,
That's an
yep,
actual book.
yep.
In the scripture. The book,
Yeah.
It's actually the scripture. The book
Yeah.
of the wars of the Lord. Do them niggas got that book?
Oh, hell no.
Huh?
And then you said about the blue letter, you said, which was true. You said, nigga, you didn't put the blue letter together. Talking about Esau ain't deep. Esau is deep. Look at the blue letter. How the hell did he come up with all that? But he came up with that for us. The Lord used that devil. Remember, Job 12 and 16. The deceived and deceiver are his.
Hey, you got the Hebrew, the Torah, the Tanakh, the New Testament,
You got
Yeah.
the Bible Hub.
Bible Hub.
Oxford University, Cambridge University printing the
There
Apocrypha.
ain't no fucking dummies in Oxford, man. Okay, ain't no fucking dummies in Oxford, man. And nigga, you try to go to Oxford, they're gonna stop you
Man,
at your door, man.
hell yeah. They say, what you want, nigga? That's what they gonna say.
Get one of the beef eaters on your ass.
All right, what you want, nigga? You know, the English accent. Hit the road, you know. Yeah, man. Come on, man. That ain't no community college. Oxford,
They
Cambridge.
Let niggas go to community colleges, man, where shootouts occur.
You niggas
They
just
won't
need
let
to
you
shut
go
up,
to no
man.
prestigious university. Now we can go to a prestigious university.
Oh, yeah.
We know about the library up there in Yale.
We dealt with
They
Yale.
would let you niggas go in that library, and they
Yeah.
would definitely not let you go upstairs.
Hey, well, when I went in
Go
there,
dark to get the Federal Reserve book. And
when I actually went in there, the lady told me. She
But I
said,
went in there with you, brother.
yeah,
We used to go every week.
Con.
And
She,
we said you couldn't take the book out.
Yep.
You can make copies of the book.
yeah. She actually,
You couldn't take the book out. You couldn't take
Yeah.
it from that point, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? When you go in there, you don't see no grimy niggas up in there.
oh, hell no. Hell
He
no.
might study it.
Hell
You
no.
know? Shit is all quiet. Ain't no hip hop
Yep.
music playing.
No. No.
Nobody eating a donut.
Nope.
They stop a nigga at the door.
No Cheetos.
No
orange
Cheetos,
Yeah.
no Cheetos crunchy.
Yeah, the woman actually told me you got to be a senator or somebody to see. I remember I told you to see this book. The book was called The Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace
But
Mullins.
guess what? We got the book.
But we got the book. We ain't getting
didn't
it.
get it.
We already got it.
Got it.
Yeah,
got a
man.
precept of-
Yeah.
You
So
gotta have fun with this thing, man. You know?
yeah. That's why when we talk to your brothers, man, you got to listen, man. Nigga always talking about what you don't know shit, nigga.
Especially
Shut the
Adam-
hell up, man.
Especially Adam Parrott.
What the hell do you know,
And
man?
you going the way of Cain, my man. You know, you going the way of Saul. Remember when Saul tried to get back with the Most High?
Yeah.
He went to Samuel. He said, the Lord answered me not by dream or vision,
Yeah.
nor prophet. And then Samuel said straight up,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He didn't say, I feel for you, brother.
Yeah.
He said, man, the Most High rejected you. fool."
Yeah.
You know?
He said, tomorrow you're going to be here with me.
Samuel, that's Abba. Samuel's Abba, man.
Yeah.
But remember when he was alive and the Lord rejected Saul, he was all sorrowful.
Well, the Lord cursed Samuel out. The Lord told Samuel, I was reading it yesterday when I did my video. The Lord said to Samuel, how long you going to moan for this guy Saul? I rejected him, all right? Hey, the Lord is, man, the Heavenly Father is.
And he came back.
Like
and
that,
he came
man.
back.
Yeah.
And he got rejected again.
Yeah. Hey, because Saul, Samuel, he was all moaning for Saul, and the Lord got mad at
Because you know
Samuel.
why? Because Samuel was a man.
Yeah.
You know, he was a man.
Yeah.
So he had feelings.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And he loved Saul.
Yeah.
He loved Saul.
He was the
But
anointed
then he
one.
got into the spirit. But
Yeah.
then, but when he summoned him up, he wasn't nice with him, man.
Oh, no.
He said, why dost thou disquiet,
Yep.
disquietest my soul?
My rest.
From,
Yeah.
from his rest.
Yeah.
And he said, but what's going to happen tomorrow when I go against the Philistines? He said, you and your son,
You're gonna be here with
you're
me."
gonna be here with me.
Which really ain't a bad thing. It means Saul would be in paradise. Hey, even that guy, I always tell the story, the Big Bopper. He had a premonition of his death.
Well, all three of them.
All three of them, yeah. But what happened was they had this 4-day record binge, and they'd be playing records day and night. So he tried to go, and I think it was around the 4th day, he started hallucinating. And he saw himself dying in a plane crash. And he said, yeah, I went to the other side, but the other side ain't really that bad. Yeah, he actually said that.
The Big Bopper was a Jake.
Yeah, the Big Bopper
Looked
was a
like
Jake.
Edomite,
Yeah.
You know, because he did
Oh, yeah, hello, baby.
Yeah. Santilli.
Yeah.
Pretty face, pretty hair.
Yep.
Hanging down.
Yeah.
Wiggle,
The walk and the giggling and the talk.
That
Yeah.
ain't no cracker.
No.
That ain't no cracker.
Hell no. Yeah, that was Chantilly Lace. Yeah, that was the
Chantilly Lace,
name of the song. He actually saw himself dying, and he said, I went to the other side, it ain't that bad.
Oh, the song
That's what he said.
Make me act so funny, make me spend my money.
Yep.
That's a nigga.
That's a nigga.
That's a nigga, man. The nigga woman gonna make me spend
Yep.
money, man.
Yeah, the Big Bopper. Yep.
Big
Yep.
Bopper.
Yep. And even this guy, they interviewed him, Dion DiNucci. He's Dion on the Belmonts.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
He
Back in the day.
yeah, I remember I was watching the video. He said he knew those guys. He said the Big Bopper was cool as shit, which proves Dion, he got to be a Jake, Italian Jake, which the Big Bopper, he was a Jake. So they're all Jakes, man. Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly was a Jake.
Yeah, Buddy Holly. What's the guy?
He
the other.
played in the Apollo, and white people couldn't play at the Apollo.
Right.
Then they brought him out, and this really happened.
Yep.
The one on 125th
That's
Street.
it.
The very one. He went up there, man, and
Yep.
people was looking at him like, what the fuck is this white boy?
Yeah.
But then when he started playing, man, and Jake fell in love with him, man.
Yeah, the Jakes, they told him, you ain't Buddy Holly. He said, Buddy Holly is black. The Jake told him that. He said, man, I am Buddy Holly. So he went out there on the stage, he started playing.
Yeah,
Yep.
they didn't have, they
Yeah.
heard the record. They thought he was a Jake, man.
And he rocked it, man.
That didn't have the internet.
Yep.
Then they had a TV set, you know?
And then his wife, she's alive. She's still alive. Ephraimite woman. She had to go and buy food for the other Jakes that traveled with them to play. She had to go and buy them food because they weren't allowed to go in certain restaurants. So, and she talked about that. She and Buddy used to go and buy them food. Now, Buddy, that shows you Buddy had character. He was a Jake, man. You know, Buddy didn't mind. He said, yeah, I'm going to go buy them that food. So they, you know, yeah,
Buddy Holly was a Jake.
he was a Jake. Well, that's going to mess up a lot of these guys out there. These
Well, you
guys
know
that,
what? Don't watch our videos, man.
yeah, there you go.
And we were speaking about that earlier.
Yeah, we
Why
was.
you're gonna get a lot of these guys that are out there teaching, when they start seeing the Israelite foreigners coming in looking like different nations, they're gonna get offended. You know?
And the brother from Hawaii put the Big Bopper. He put the Big Bopper used a black dialect, and at times was loud and crazy. But that's Jake. You got that booming voice. Hello, baby. You know. Go ahead, brother.
This
You
is,
got
this is the book of Habakkuk, or Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
And that was reiterated by
Paul.
in
Paul.
Apostle Paul.
Apostle Paul.
Pastor Paul, yeah.
Yeah, like the brother from Hawaii, he put up that video with the Japanese choir. He was telling us about it. If you want to, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, because
The brother from Hawaii put the Japanese.
yeah, and he's on there right now.
Yeah.
The brother Gabar Yahawada in Hawaii, he recently put a video up dealing with, he saw a choir, a Japanese choir, and they were getting all into the spirit, and they were so-called Christians or whatever, Japanese, and then he was like, oh man, these got to be Jakes, and I was listening, I was like, yeah,
A lot of those Japanese are Jakes.
yeah,
And then when you have certain Jakes singers that they do the tour, they go to Japan, man. The Japanese get all into it. They know that they got songs, man.
yeah.
You got them break dances.
They had a Spanish salsa band, Orquesta de la Luz, remember them? And they played salsa. I mean, was it salsa or merengue? I forgot. But they had an actual
What's the difference?
orchestra. It's a little different.
I know.
Slackers.
They were
But,
Ammonites.
they were Japanese.
They were Jakes, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have Israelites that were scattered among the world, not just all over the world. Somebody got a precept? Somebody told me?
Israel's going to come back looking like literally everybody on the planet.
Right.
They're going to
Revelation?
come back looking like Arabs, East Indians.
Revelation 12?
Oh, like this chick I
wouldn't get that?
picked up earlier today upstate. That was way the fuck upstate. I wound up all the way up in fucking Salem, New York. That's fucking way the hell up there, man. So I picked her up.
Damn.
And she looked like an Ephraimite or a Simeonite, right? So I asked her, I said, what's your nationality? She said, well, I'm Puerto Rican and black. I said, your father black? She said, yeah, my father's black, my mother's Puerto Rican, but she looked straight like a Puerto Rican. And then she was telling me about her son, and he was sitting right there, and he said, but he's Puerto Rican black and a little Mexican, but for some reason he looks like an East Indian. Pakistan, and I looked at him, he looked like a Pakistan. But he was an actual Jake. You know?
Look at that.
Yeah.
A lot of Simeon look like that too. A lot of Simeon look East Indian.
Yep.
You got it?
I got Baruch.
I'm going to read that quick precept. Revelation 5 and 9, it says, and they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us unto the heavenly Father by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation.
You read that of
Revelation 5 and 9.
Now that's the answer to Revelation 7.
Yeah.
You see Christians talk about that great multitude.
Yep.
That's the mother nation. No, that ain't the mother nations.
Right.
The answer to that is in Revelation 5.
Yeah.
Those are the saints.
Yeah. Israelites.
I got that at 7 and 9. After you finish the part.
Yeah, if you want to read it, go ahead.
Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and
Yeah.
cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped the Most High, saying,
That's why, if I may say, that's why Habakkuk said, behold, the Lord said through Habakkuk, behold, I will do a wonder in your days, though it be told to you, you wouldn't believe.
Right.
That's the wonder, that the Lord is going to gather his people from among all nations.
Yeah.
And they're going to look like the nations where they were scattered.
Right.
And you got a lot of Israelites that don't accept that.
Right.
They're still holding on to that belief every Israelite is going to look
Why
like.
is that? Because they're not deep.
Yeah.
And they're not men of the Lord.
Yeah. Hey, you got to imagine, you're going to have Israelites that look like straight up cavemen.
Exactly.
And look like the so-called Jews and still be a part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
You know?
So it doesn't matter what you look like.
Right.
The Lord clearly told Samuel, he don't look on the outward appearance, he looks on the heart.
Saying, Amen, so be true, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen, so be true.
And going back to the Cornelius Council back in 1996, we told them guys that. The house, the guys that they call themselves the House of David now. I made that statement.
And the majority of those guys are back in the world.
Yeah,
That was at that council.
yeah,
There's a few that's still around.
Yeah.
But the Most High's going to get any goddamn way.
yeah. They all got upset. I made that statement. I said, not every Israelite's going to look like John Shaft.
But all these guys,
The guy-
the ones that remain that came up against that whole breakdown,
Yeah.
they're now teaching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got all excited. One of them, Ben, even said, yeah, I see something about you, Kabar. You like to start trouble. You like to start. And then the other guy, Ben said that. Ben, you know, Ben.
Gangsta Ben?
Yeah, Gangster
Oh,
Ben.
that motherfucker is back. He probably
Yeah.
dead right now.
Then the other guy,
He came
Rawhide.
down to the camp and he was all over.
Yeah.
Got to snap in his back and say, look,
Yeah.
say something. Then the spirit jumped on him.
Yeah.
And then we went down and
Yep.
he's a feeble, man.
And then Rawhide, remember what he said? This goes back to one West with you. And I was looking at this nigga like, what you talking about, man?
Sexy.
Like we were just troublemakers. We were just assholes and troublemakers.
Oh, you talking about Yahasha?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well, Rawhide, he said that. This goes back to one West, one West with you.
I knew that nigga wasn't right pretty much from day one. This is a fast-talking, jive-ass, mighty cone.
And like, what are we supposed to do, brothers? Lie? The Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh.
That dude wasn't deep at all.
Yeah,
This guy didn't know no scriptures. He was just he's an ass kisser,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Hey, brothers, so we've been like that. So what you see now, we've always been that way. We're for the truth, man. Okay, and we don't give a shit how anybody feel about it, man. As long as it's the truth.
And all you motherfuckers that the whole 2000 thing in 1996, 1997, and a lot of you guys just went back in the world. Guess what? The Most High got you in his book.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
You got two books. The book of life
And the book of death.
And you in the book of death.
That's true. That's true.
So I got a
brother.
precept.
Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 5, verse 1. Put off, O Jerusalem, the garment of thy mourning and affliction. Put on the comeliness of the glory that cometh from the Most High
Now
forever.
some niggas will read that and say you gotta get a
Badass garment.
intergalactic
Garment.
garment.
Yeah.
No, a galactic garment. No, that's talking about this knowledge.
That's
man.
right. Hey, what
It tells you in Revelation 16, least you be found naked, and
That's
that
right.
seed I shade. It ain't
That's
talking about actually being naked.
That's
You
right.
know?
Hey, a garment with the sun in the front and the moon in the back.
Yeah.
You see the brother
With
coming.
your name on
the
it,
sun.
your name on it, and a lion.
Yeah. Yeah, the Most High
with
like
some,
this.
With some goddamn
You know?
fringes on on?
Yeah, yeah.
Show enough garment.
Sure enough, garment.
Show,
It's actually
show
bigger than
enough.
shit, just like shoulder.
That's crazy. The show.
You warmed up.
Jake is gone. Yo, Jake is out there, man.
Oh man.
Hey, that's that the curses.
Yeah.
Smite thee with madness.
Madness, yeah.
yeah.
So this is Baruch 5 and 2. Cast about thee a double garment of the righteousness which cometh from the Most High, and set a diadem on thine head of the glory of the everlasting.
You know what a diadem is? It's a turban. So you can know. I'm talking about y'all out there in TV land.
YouTube land. Go ahead, Luke. You got it.
For the Most High will show thy brightness unto every country under heaven.
Oh, well, how's he
happening
doing
now.
that? Now it's happening now. How's he doing that? Through the internet.
Yeah.
Thy brightness is this knowledge, this truth.
Yeah.
Now you know what's ironic? I'm surprised you didn't say it. I was watching your live show, but I was doing things, and then you notice somebody put a comment, and the guy was from Dubai.
Dubai.
Oh yeah, yeah. You said that. You said
I
that.
just the spirit made me
Yeah.
just catch it. You know how you glance to the sometimes over to the comment board, and I just I said, oh, you know,
That was the spirit.
So that dude would have to be like an Arab,
right.
but I guess he knows the spirit showed him that he's an Israelite.
Yeah.
You know?
And if one guy sees it, then that means others
Yeah.
see it.
He done told people.
He done told people, yeah.
Or somebody told him.
And the word spreads. It gets around.
Hey, because these videos are going out full force, man. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
One after the other, so
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes you have stuff that comes on your feed that you're like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
So I'm sure there are videos coming in people's feeds that
Yeah.
Yep.
and then they'll
Yeah.
click on it, and if they happen to be part of the elect, they'll get sealed right there.
Then they'll tell other people.
Yep.
Other people will tell other people.
Yeah. And that's how the word is spreading.
Yeah.
Hey, because back
Or
then,
somebody hold Psalms 19.
back then, you know, you had to actually go to the different cities to teach the
Right.
word.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Did
to
somebody
grow.
get that in Matthew 10?
You know, that's
You
how it
should
started
not
to
go
grow.
to all the cities.
So somebody got
Matthew
that?
10. Matthew 10.
Yeah.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. The heaven declare the glory of Yahweh Shai, and the firmament sure his handiwork.
And we call that the internet scripture, because the internet uses the firmament to broadcast the word. Apostle Elata always speak about the feed horn, the satellite horn, you know, which broadcasts the signal all over the earth.
And that's when this thing opened up.
Yeah, 2007,
2007, that's when this thing opened up. Man.
when Great Millstone came on the scene.
Not
Isn't it?
when, not
Yeah.
for nothing, but when Nate and them and
Yep, that's right.
GOCC, they were on there a year before us, and
Yep.
even Zabat. But when this thing opened up is when we came on
Yeah,
YouTube.
Great Millstone.
And they can't deny that.
That's
You
it.
know?
And that name, Great Millstone, man, we didn't, Apostle Elata didn't sit down, yeah, you know, we're going to call ourselves Great
just
Millstone.
somehow we had a whole bunch of names, and somehow
Great Millstone.
Great Millstone. And then some guy said that some other site, there was some other black gossip site, and he was cursing out black women. And there was, I thought I was reading,
Uh-huh.
and he was cursing out black women. The black woman ain't this, the black woman ain't that. And if you want to learn more, go to GMS. But we would say Great Millstone.
Great
but he
Millstone,
said
GMS, yeah.
GMS stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Which Great Millstone, that's a powerful name, man. When you look into,
well, you know, go to Revelation. You got to say it.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can read it. Revelation,
Oh.
Revelation
18:21.
Baby,
damn.
read it. You got to speak on all you got to do. is
All I
read
gotta
it.
do is read it. I just read it.
In the read.
Revelation 18 and 21. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
That's what it says.
Yeah, that enough said, man.
This is Matthew 10:23.
Now check it out. All them other groups, they actually sat down. Okay, we're gonna call ourselves this. We're gonna call ourselves that. It wasn't like that with Great Millstone. That name just took a life of its own. You know.
Matthew 10:23. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the cities of Israel to the Son of Man
Hold
to
up.
come.
Did it say if they persecute you in one city, get your nines out and go to war? No, it doesn't say that, man. You got motherfucking groups going out to the goddamn gun range, man.
Them guys are bogged down.
And what is the feds looking at that? That's an opening, man. Oh, we're going to use that to get all the Israelites.
Absolutely.
You paint them with one broad brush. Stroke.
It's just like when we had got arrested that time, and they brought us to the court. They remember one of the attorneys. They said they just started grabbing anybody that looked, that had the garment on. You know, they didn't question, okay, who did it. They just grabbed everybody that they saw with the garments on.
And how the hell are you going to beat Esau at his blessing? The gun is Esau's blessing. Isaac blessed him with the gun. You ain't beating Esau at the gun, man. And Esau got weapons that we haven't even seen.
Yep.
They got weapons, some serious weapons out there, man.
I got a precept.
Yeah, go ahead. You got, yeah.
Going into how we were scattered. Ezra 9:7. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day, and for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day.
That's it, as it is this day.
And that's why you call yourself African Americans. First of all, you're not African Americans. You're Israelites according to the Bible. And that's why you went into slavery, because you're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And the Lord punished us for breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why we went into slavery underneath the so-called white man. And there's 12 tribes. They ain't just the tribe of Judah. It goes from the tribe of Judah all the way to the tribe of Issachar. And that includes you so-called Mexicans. You're Israelites too. And it's time you wake up and find out your nationality, man. Because we're heading to the end of the so-called white man system.
Well, the Most High going to wake him up anyway.
And the elect of you are going to wake up.
This is okay. Go ahead.
So if you hear this word and it resonates with you, and you really want to get into it, and you're of those tribes, that means you got to be part of that. You might be part of that elect. The Lord is waking up, because that's how we got woken up. We got woken up.
Because you got the 144,000, then you got the 1/3.
Right.
So either you're going to be sealed to be one of the leaders of the government, or you're going to be sealed to be one of the ones that get delivered.
And this don't choose you. This chooses you. You don't choose it.
Right.
Jeremiah, the 1st chapter.
John
15, 16.
was that John 6,
Yeah.
43?
Oh, well, 15, 16 too. I can get that one. Okay, you got it, bro.
St. John 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit.
Yeah, like your pastors, they lying to you, telling you, I woke up this morning and I chose Jesus into my life. I said, Jesus, come into my life. And I became...
That's the thing, we're going to say the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
The sinner's prayer. I woke up, I realized my wickedness, I'm ready to accept you. Motherfucker, is the Lord ready to accept you? That's the
question,
man.
yeah. I accepted the Lord into my... It don't work that way, you people in the churches.
That's Christian ass
Bullshit.
And like this guy, this Moabite, Edomite looking guy, they went to that island, that forbidden island, and them crazies, they shot him with arrows, and then they drug him around the island. And when they came to get him, they said, you can't get him, we got him. You know?
Right.
Because this stupid ass, he probably good friends with Vocab Malone. I don't know why Vocab Malone, I wish you would go over there, man. They can shoot your ass with arrows and fucking leave you on the island, man. Fucking wacky ass Christians. The Christians are stupid and wacky, you know?
They ain't playing with a full deck. Yeah, so the main thing is you talking about you woke up and you accepted Jesus into... It don't work that way.
And they're talking about the other white people. They're talking about Caesar Borgia.
Because even Moses, haven't you all read the story of Moses? Who chose who? The Lord chose Moses. Moses didn't choose the Lord.
Right.
Are you greater than Moses, nigga?
This is
You got-
Another thing, I was gonna do a video on that wacky ass picture that went over there, but
Yeah.
I said, I ain't gonna do it. I'll probably do it tomorrow or something like that. Lord, get on me. But anyway, when they killed this guy, he was going over there to teach him about Jesus, right?
Yeah.
So they wound up killing him.
Yeah.
And they dragged him all over the island. Now it says in Jude that Michael the Archangel got Moses' body.
Right.
Why don't Michael go down and get that guy's body? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Ain't that a special man? He went out to preach the gospel.
Yeah. You guys are a joke, man.
All right, this is St. John 6:43.
Yep.
Yahweh shall therefore answer and said unto them, Murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
There it is. You
So
got
you
John
just can't-
15?
Well, like going back to Adam Parrish.
Yeah.
He decided to become an Israelite.
Yeah.
You know, he became an Israelite. I'm an Israelite.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
I think I'm a prophet. Let me get some men together and go out and speak. You know what? I think I'm over the elders and the apostles.
Don't work
You
that
know what
way.
happened? You got exposed as being not a man of the Lord. A nonsense,
Delusions.
man. And all you do is mock what we say. You're a mockingbird. Man, I'm watching this guy's video. I said that he'll say it the same way I'll say it, or the same way you say it. You know?
I got a quick precept. Jeremiah 1 and 5. I'll start at 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
He didn't know Adam Parrish.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, and that kills free will. People like to talk about free will. That kills it right there. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. Meaning he purified this certain person, who is Jeremiah. I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Now wait a minute. I thought you get ordained by the seminary school.
There you go.
Huh?
Jeremiah 1 and 5.
I got a precept if possible.
Vocab Malone, give me the scripture where the Most High set up theological seminary schools.
Thank you.
Damn, fucking buzzard.
Yeah, Jeremiah didn't need to
Then
go
I got
to.
mad at the dude. Here's a dude talking, and he takes a big bottle of Mountain Dew, and I got pissed off at that shit, man. What the fuck you doing? You know, I hope none of y'all. I don't want to catch none of y'all drinking Mountain Dew. man.
Man, we.
You might as well be smoking crack.
Yeah. Yeah, well, wait a minute. Jeremiah, what school did he go to? What seminary school did he go to? And he was a young man, what, 12 years old, 13 years old?
You got the shit.
And he was confounding men a lot older than him, Jeremiah, the prophet Jeremiah. The same thing with Yahushua. Yahushua turned 12, and he was confounding men a lot older than him. When his parents came upon him, and his parents, they were all messed up. He said, son, why you deceived us? We've been looking for you for 3 days. Now did Yahushua, oh, I'm sorry, please. Yahushua he let him have it, man.
He rebuked them.
Yeah, he rebuked him. He said, why you been looking for me? You didn't know I came to do my father's business?
And why did he do it at that age?
Yeah,
12 years old,
because he was a
with year
man.
of accountability,
You always say that.
man. You're no longer under your parents. You're
Yep.
under the Most High's tutelage.
That's it. He's the Most High's man.
Oh, another cut. Another cut for Adam Parrott. Galatians 4 and 1. You gotta have tutors. Please don't tell me that
Major
the
cut.
Most High came to you in dreams and told you, here's your apocrypha. Here's this scripture.
Yeah.
No, you learned it from us, man.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 1.
This scripture right here
Yeah.
will show you that there's men over other men that teach men.
Absolutely.
Hell, we was taught by men.
Absolutely.
You know?
I know I was.
Hey, how was that saying? Other men have labor. They have entered into their
Their
labor.
labor.
We enter into their
So
labors.
whose labor did we enter into?
Yeah.
Abba, High Priest Ariah, King Marshall,
Yeah.
Yaikwab, and the rest of them guys behind them, like Shai and them.
Yeah.
They held the mantle.
Mantle.
So
Yeah.
now we got it, man.
And Adam Abbott, you entered into our labors.
Yeah.
Don't act like you don't know,
Well,
nigga.
well, that's why we get on him, man.
He came in as a thief. He came through the window.
Well, that's the first.
Through the back door.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
When I seen him doing that shit, man.
Hey, he came in.
Matter of fact, get that John 10.
Hey, he came in like Brother Man from Martin.
Yeah, that's it. That's him. That's him.
Yo.
That's Brother Man's son.
Yo,
He come down the fucking fire escape.
fire escape.
And then he's escaped with a tuna fish sandwich
Yeah.
and shit.
Yo,
He'll
you,
look at you, yo. Then he'll go up the fire escape and shit.
yo, you got any merch?
And there's niggas actually like that, man.
That's Brother Man, Brother
And
Man.
there's dudes back, you know, before I came to the truth, I had friends that would come in my house and go right in the kitchen, man. What the fuck you doing? Yo, man.
Those are real
let me
niggas.
Get a bowl of them honeycomb.
Yeah. That's a real nigga, man. Damn, that's a nigga.
Go ahead.
All right, Galatians chapter 4, verse 1.
Damn.
Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, deferreth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
Well, that's Adam pattern. He's nothing but a servant. You can't say, well, I'm him. No, you got to get back there. When you come into this truth, right? When y'all came in, what did y'all first do? Held signs, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually y'all started reading, and then now y'all speak, right? Okay?
Yeah, there's a chain of command.
And we had to do the same thing, man. I had to hold post.
Rank and
I
file.
had to read, you know?
Ah.
Then they allowed me to speak. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to speak.
Yeah.
You know?
We had to take soldiers tests,
We had to take-
officer
and I was
tests.
thinking about that one in the
You
video.
in the video. That's why I remembered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You said you got 100 in
I
one
got
of the
100
tests.
I got 100
Yeah,
on
yeah.
2 of them, and I got a 95 on 1.
Yeah.
And I was wrong on 1, but I knew the answer. But I didn't realize. I said, damn, I knew the answer. You know?
I wonder if Adam Abbott could pass the soldiers test. He probably failed the soldiers test, and that's the most basic test. The easiest test was the officer of 100, right? The last one.
No, the last
No, the first one was the hardest because you had to know the Hebrew.
The
Yeah,
last one, it was 50 questions, but they were
Yep.
easy because you were
yeah. There you go.
studying.
Right.
Yeah. Did he even take the test?
No.
This nigga sitting there
Oh,
popping
but
yang.
then,
Come on,
Knoxville
man.
said never
Oh,
took
yeah,
the
yeah,
test.
never took it. They took it
And
in
this
two
guy
parts.
said he was the leader
Oh,
of
shit.
Connecticut and never took the test.
Yeah. Because you had to know
How
the
can you
Hebrew.
have Connecticut.
Yep.
Yep. You had to know the Hebrew. You had to know the meaning of words to take those tests.
Yeah,
And-
he had to. When you took the test, you had a time limit.
Yep, time limit. Yep.
This dude he did half the test. Let's say he'll come back tomorrow and do the other half.
Yep.
The fuck is it?
You know what? I'm thinking now, most of these guys now, if we bring back the test, they'll probably fail it, man.
No, I think they'll pass it because they got to study. Because
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they do,
No, I mean now, if we
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
it
yeah.
now, just pop
You
it
know,
on
if
them.
you pop it
Pop
on 'em,
test,
yeah,
pop quiz. Or like a pop quiz, right?
Yep.
A lot of them would probably fail it, man.
Well, we used to do that a couple of years back when we used to have them surprise tests.
Yeah, pop quiz. Yeah, come
You
on.
get all nervous.
And that makes you sharp,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. That's it. Go ahead.
All right. Galatians 4 and 1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, deferreth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors
What does the
until.
word tutor mean? Could you look it up in the blue letter or whatever?
Yeah, differ of nothing from a servant, because we're all servants. We're all servants of
Most High is
Yahushua.
not your tutor. We are your tutor. All right?
Yep. But is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the
Tutors
Father.
and governors.
Who are they?
The word governor means controller.
Yeah.
So we can tell you, look, brother, you ain't going to speak today.
Right.
Because we're over you.
The governors.
And then when you prove yourself,
Yeah.
you know, then you can do your own thing, you know?
That's why in Jude, brothers, it says they despise dominion. The dominion is the governors.
That's a cut. That's a cut.
Who is that? That ain't talking about up in the spirit world. That's talking about down here. Then what did the Lord tell Peter? Whatsoever you bound on earth shall be bound in heaven. Right? So,
This is the word for tutors, G2012, epitropos. It says a commissioner, that is domestic manager, guardian, steward, tutor.
ooh,
That means in a nutshell that you over other people, man.
right.
And when you work on it, let's say you work for sanitation, you got a supervisor.
Yeah.
Then you got guys that are higher ranked than you. You might have had 5 years in. The next guy above you might have had 10 years, but the supervisor might have had 30 years and ready to retire, man.
That's why he's a
You
supervisor.
just can't pick up the garbage the way you want to pick it up or set the route the way you want to set it up. It's your supervisor that does that, man.
Yeah, and he got
And when
experience.
you want a construction site, you got a foreman.
You got a foreman.
Can you imagine if you just put, here, you guys just, build this up and I'm out of here. the place will never get, the house will never get built, man.
Just figure
You
it
got
out.
a foreman, man.
Because they can read the blueprints and tell
Yep.
you, what goes where.
Yep.
There's got to be a door here.
Yep.
There's got to be, so on and so forth.
And you know those guys that say you can teach any doctrine? That's likened unto a guy shows up on a construction site. Oh, just build it any way you want to. Oh, the measurements are off. So fuck it. Just build it. Then you wonder why the door don't close, the window don't open, and the floor is lopsided.
I got something on there.
I got a quick precept.
When you take your car to a mechanic, and the guy, he's a head mechanic, this is his shop, and he tells you he just got a guy at a mechanic school. Are you gonna let him work on your car? No, you're gonna let a guy. This guy's been doing it for the last 50 years, right? And his son's been doing it for the last 30 years.
Hey, you know, Apostle, I took my car to Sears one time, and the guy told me, hey, you in luck. You got the technician, he been working on cars for 40 years.
Oh, well, he knows his shit.
And he boasted about that. He said he gonna work on your car.
He knows his shit.
You know how happy I was? I was like, yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, quick precept, Mom. Hand it to you. Hebrews 13 and 17. It says, obey them that have the rule over you.
Oh, yeah, you got to blow the dust off. That's good.
Con.
You know what? You got to jump up a couple of verses. It goes. What verse is that? 13 verse?
Yeah, Hebrews 13 and 17. Where do you want me
Start
to
at,
Say the same thing in verse 7.
yeah, start at 7.
Okay. Hebrews 13 and 7. Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of the Heavenly Father, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation. Yahushua the same yesterday and today and forever. 9th verse. Be not carried away.
Hold up. It says Yahushua, what?
Yahushua the same yesterday and today and forever.
Okay, when Yahushua came on the scene and gathered the 12, what did he tell them? In Matthew 10, 5, and 6.
Going out
Go
into
to the
yeah.
lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yeah.
So he never changed. So how in the fuck did Edomites become a quiet
Yeah, when did
church?
that happen?
Okay?
Yeah, come. The 9th verse. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's a cold cut, man.
Hold up. What did the dude say? The second in command of the,
So you can teach anything you want.
Adam Parrott? He said, that's what he said.
Yeah.
You can teach anything you want as long as you in the brotherhood or
Yeah,
whatever.
and
Love each other.
you love each other.
As long as it feels right. The Most High is not dealing with them niggas, man.
Do what thou wilt.
Read that again, please.
Hebrews,
Nice and slow.
Hebrews 13 and 9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines.
Be not carried about with diverse, different, and strange
Doctrines.
When you teach the Edomites can make it, that's a strange
Doctrine.
doctrine.
Hey,
Go
well,
ahead.
with Johanna teaching that you can pop your woman in the ass.
That's a strange
That's a
doctrine.
come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, I knew that before I was in the truth.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna stick my penis up no woman's ass. You know?
Then he sang the song "Doing the Butt."
That's
Come
not
on, man. How's that a man of the Lord, man?
That guy's not a man of the Lord.
Come on, man.
And he don't even go out.
got
When was
tissues.
the last time you seen him on the highways and byways? But he ain't a man of the Lord.
And that's sodomy. Anyway, I'm gonna. It says, "For it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. We have an altar, whereof they have no right to eat, which serve the tabernacle. For the bodies of those beasts whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by the high priest for sin are burned without the camp. Wherefore Yahushua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. Let us go."
Because he was Golgotha,
Come.
face of the skull.
Come.
He took him outside. They didn't crucify him in the temple. They took him away from the temple.
That's heavy.
So he was that sacrifice, man.
It's heavy. "Let us go forth therefore unto him without the camp, bearing his
Let us go for therefore
Unto
to
him. Yeah.
without the camp, meaning you ain't gonna be in a church or a school.
Come.
You out here in the elements. All right? We are outside the camp. Go ahead.
That kind of reminds me of Kiss the Sun, lest he be angry.
Yep.
Let us go forth, therefore, unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach. Bearing his reproach. Wait a minute, they brought all kind of false witnesses against Yahushua, so it's going to happen to us. It said bearing his reproach.
And he said bear his cross daily.
Yeah,
So you got guys that come out on the weekend, and then the rest of the week they doing whatever the hell they want to do. Man.
Yeah.
We make a commitment to do a video every day. Sometimes 2 videos a day.
absolutely. Bearing his reproach. For here have we no continuing city. That's why it's easy.
That's why you don't build a house. Or you don't tell no brother, look, you gotta buy me a house. You gotta get me a house. Go ahead.
For here, I'm going to read it again. For here have we no continuing city.
And that goes hand in hand with 1 Corinthians, was that 4 and 9?
Con.
You know? No certain dwelling place.
No certain
Go
dwelling
I
place.
got something real quick about the
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You
This is
got
2nd
it.
Ezra 16:47. It says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their
Yeah.
houses,
That's it.
their
That's true.
possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sakes, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because the Lord said we're not supposed to get into this world. Love not the world, neither the things that are of the world. Anyway, reading on, it says, for here we, for here,
Another precept real quick. 1 Corinthians 7, verse, I believe it's verse 29.
you brothers want to get it? So brothers, you can clearly see certain guys just do not follow the Holy Scriptures. They're doing their own thing. They want to do what they want to do.
What you say by their fruit, you shall know them.
Yeah,
If you got a guy that calls himself Big Brother Almighty of the Scriptures, and you never see him out there on the highways and the byways, then he's not Big Brother Almighty of the Scriptures. He's just some nigga that crept in unaware.
that's it.
You got it? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they have not.
Yeah, because, yeah,
Go ahead.
It says, and they that weep,
there's nothing you can even say.
You know. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
as though they wept not.
Yeah,
You know what that's talking about? They that weep as though they wept not, meaning I need a break. I need 6 months
Yeah.
off. I'm depressed.
yeah.
I need a service.
You ain't got time to be depressed.
You gotta look at this. This ain't one of us.
Yeah.
If I got any problems dealing with whatever out there,
Yeah,
I put that out in the closet when I'm out here, man.
Yeah.
The same thing when I go on the road. I might be mad as hell.
Yeah.
But when I'm picking up them crackers,
yeah.
I'll look out all over the door.
Pull out all the stops. Yeah, absolutely.
I get the ass kissing mode.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
I picked up these 2 older women,
Yeah.
and she was talking to the granddaughter. And they said, yeah, the man picked us up. A very nice man.
Oh, look at that, look at that. Yeah.
I got to open the door for him.
Yeah.
I said, you 2 women are absolutely marvelous.
Wow.
They said, you're marvelous too.
He just made that day.
I can be mad at something, you know.
Yeah,
Hey, but I gotta put that act on, man.
yeah. Hey, because
And then if I get mad and curse him out, well, wait a minute, yesterday you were nice to me. I would say, well, that's for paying customers. As long as you paying, man, I'm kissing your ass.
yeah,
I'm going in ass kissing mode, man.
yeah, money talks, bullshit walks.
Right? I'm glad that Uncle Tom shit.
Yeah, that's right, that's
Till I
right.
turn the app off.
Yeah, once the app goes off, that's it, man.
All bets are off.
All bets are off, man. When the app is on, you cheesing, you cheesing and greasing.
Because if they see videos of us, and then they see it, they say, no, that's a guy that looks just like you.
Yep.
Oh, that was my twin brother. That's a real guy.
That's
We
right,
used to
that's
don't
right.
know, boy.
He has
Boy,
no
we-
idea.
We,
He has
we
no
know how
idea.
to charm. Hey, just like Jacob, he charmed the hell out of Esau.
Oh, yeah.
We know how to charm Esau, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Because they've
We
been,
know,
no,
how to, we know how to make Esau feel good about himself. You know?
because they're beneath us. They're below us.
That.
We're superior, they're inferior. You got it, brother.
That's the 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse
verse 29. It says, but if thou marry, First Corinthians 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, and remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. They that wept, they that weep, as though they wept not.
Yeah, we ain't got time to be depressed, like Elder Apostle Paul was saying. We ain't got time to be depressed. We know why we're catching hell. The scriptures tell us why.
But anyway, you're supposed to be depressed.
Yeah,
We're under the curses.
we're under the
That's
curse.
why the Most High put us under the curses to make us depressed.
Yeah,
You know?
go ahead, bro.
It says, and they that weep, as though they wept not.
Right.
They that rejoice, as though they rejoice not. They that buy, as though they possess not. They possess not. They that use this world is not abusing it.
So you have a right to use the world.
Yeah.
Let's say you in between jobs and your unemployment ran out and you got to get food stamps. Go ahead and get food stamps.
Yeah.
That's what the Apostle Paul said.
Using the
this
world,
but
not abusing it,
man.
yeah.
If you got to get Section 8, if you got to get fucking welfare, food stamps, and you ain't got the money, go ahead and get it, man.
Yeah.
I got a quick
It says that we were fed before the serpent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Got a quick precept. This is St. John 16 and 20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, because we're supposed to be depressed. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that you shall weep and lament, but you shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy.
Yeah, depression,
So
yeah.
you're supposed to be depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Nate put up a video years ago dealing with bouts of depression. What do you mean? Yeah, deal with it. Deal with it.
Yeah.
That video should have been 2 seconds long. What I got to say about that subject, deal with it. Because you're going to be depressed. The Most High put you in this condition to be depressed.
Yeah. Well, that's
Oh,
true.
instead of Yahweh Shai, man of sorrow.
It's true.
Yeah?
I got something there.
Go ahead.
Lamentations 5 and 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. So we're supposed to be depressed.
Yeah. I guess the way I said it, we ain't got time for, meaning we don't dwell on it. We're supposed to be depressed, but we don't, oh my God, I'm so depressed. Oh, brother, I'm so depressed. Oh. You know, we understand why.
Like in the movie Predator, the first one.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura. Was it Jesse Ventura or the other one, Jake, Bill Duke? One of them got shot and it was bleeding.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
guy said, you got shot, you're
Yeah.
bleeding. He said, I ain't got time to bleed.
There you go. Yeah,
In other words, I'm roughing it out, man.
yeah.
You know?
Like a boxer in the ring, you know? Boxing, oh man, all these punches are coming at me.
Well, you don't
Motherfucker,
need
you in the
that.
ring,
And
man.
coach supposed
What do you
to bring-
expect?
And a coach supposed to bring you to the side and say, son, you ain't built for this.
Yeah. What do you expect? You're in the ring.
The DNA of the boxer.
When it rains, niggas get wet. in the words of DMX. When it rains, niggas get wet.
I got something else.
You got it, brother. You got it.
Romans 8:17. And if children, let me start at 16. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. If so be that we suffer with him,
There it
that
is.
we may be also glorified together.
There it is.
Another word for suffering is what?
Depression.
Depression.
Absolutely. Hey, Yahweh Shai was depressed. Yahweh Shai was depressed.
Verse 18.
A man acquainted with sorrow.
Man acquainted with grief, yeah.
And the word patience means, the word, I can't think of the word, patience,
To suffer.
to suffer.
To suffer.
Yeah.
You know what proved Yahweh Shai was depressed? Because he told the 12 to wait here with me in the Garden of Gethsemane. Because he was afraid. He was a little afraid. He knew that that would be the night the Romans would come and grab him up. And he didn't know how they was coming.
And he was so depressed and so ready to faint.
Yeah,
that
man.
The angels had to come and comfort him.
Comfort him, yeah.
2 times when he did the 40-day fast. And the angels came and comforted him.
Yeah, and they waited with him in the garden, and they fell asleep. So Yahushua went a distance, prayed, and then he came back. They were fast asleep. Yahushua cursed them out. He said, "You couldn't wait." And then when they finally came, Yahushua said, "Oh, okay, you can go to sleep now." You show you Yahushua was a rough dude, man. The straightforward, rough dude, austere man. He said, "You want to sleep? Go ahead and sleep now. Here they come. They're coming to get me." Would they sleep then? Hell no. They wouldn't sleep then because the soldiers were right there.
Hey, when Peter took out his sword,
Yeah, Malchus. Yep.
it showed you that was precision, man.
Yeah.
Because if one right would hit his hand on the shoulder,
Shows you Peter was a warrior. Yeah.
Verse 18 goes on to say, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us."
That's heavy, man.
Luke 4:25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High.
That's right.
For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction."
Yeah, and we're in that time now where we're seeing his destruction. And it's happening slowly. The Lord is bringing him down slowly. You know?
He says, "But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck."
We're literally going to do that, beginning with the elites. We're going to kick them in the ass. We're going to fuck them up.
Yeah, tread upon his neck is literally.
Literal,
We're
yeah.
gonna stomp on him.
Stomp on them.
We're gonna be over him.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, the scriptures say that Judah, his hand shall be in the neck of his enemy.
Enemies, yeah.
You know?
Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind the broken hearted, to proclaim deliverance to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. We proclaim the acceptable day of the Lord, the day of vengeance from our power, to comfort all that mourn.
And you know, the day of vengeance of our power, you know, when we talk about Yahushua coming with the chariots and the missiles, we're talking about the vengeance of his power. And you think Yahweh Bashim Yahushua ain't pleased about that? Brothers, we just don't know, man. Spirit, the Heavenly Father looks down and say, "Yeah, those are my men, man. They talking about me." And then, you know, you just know Yahushua probably gets pumped. Like, yeah, they talking about when I come back and what I'm going to do. Hey, like if you talk about a great man, what he's going to do, that man, he kind of likes you. You say, yeah, he's talking about what I'm going to do when I come, because I'm going to do it. You know?
we the lamb that follow Yahushua whithersoever
Wherever he goeth, yeah.
Pursuant to Revelation 14.
Yeah.
And what does it mean to follow the lamb? We're following the book.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Oh, the heralds of Yahushua. We're the heralds.
The
When you-
heralds mean prophets.
Yeah. Like if you watch the movie, what's the movie? We always talk about that movie, Knight's Tale. You had that one guy that played the herald. He would so Ulrich, you know, he would announce all the great things so Ulrich was, and then you see so Ulrich getting all proud. Well, that's what we're doing for Yahushua. We're announcing all the great things using the scriptures of what Yahushua is going to do before he does it. You're going to tell me he doesn't like that? We're his herald. We're heralding the coming of Yahushua, man. We're announcing his coming gloriously. What he's going to do, you know how.
got that song that Edomites came up with, Jake. Something the heralds sing.
Yeah.
Glory to the newborn
Oh, hark the heralds. Yeah.
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 The heralds of the prophets.
The heralds of the prophets. And it had nothing to do with Christmas.
Had nothing to do with Christmas.
Once again, Esau perverted it. Well, actually, it was Constantine,
And then,
right?
and then they got some nerve calling themselves Christians. First of all, who was first called Christians? It was the apostles, Paul and them. And what did the Christians do? They kept the Passover, they kept the Sabbath, all right? They didn't eat pork, they kept the laws. So who are these new Christians? But they're not real Christians, man. Because what do they follow? Paganism. You know?
Which the correct term is Mashiach, which we always bring out. Because that Christian, man, that goes back to.
That's that bullshit.
That's that Greek shit.
Bullshit ass Christian.
Yeah.
Christianity was nothing but paganism.
Yeah, because
So,
that.
and these people are fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, because that term Christos That goes back, the Greeks came up with that shit. And then there was a saying among us Israelites, it's better to eat pork than to speak Greek. Because Hebrew is our language. In Hebrew, you wouldn't say Christos. You would say Mashiach. So they don't even know about that. And then we read about Ptolemy creating that god, and he called it Jesus Christos, Serapis. Yeah. So we know the history, man. And you top elites of Esau, you know the history too.
We know the history of the Roman emperors. We
Yeah.
know that there was only 12 Roman leaders. You know, up
Woo.
until Domitian, which is the younger brother of Titus.
Yeah.
You know, and the rest of them were all Jake.
Yeah, this
know?
knowledge is powerful, man. This knowledge is powerful, man.
The mission was the first Jake.
No, not Domitian. It was Nerva.
Nerva was the first one that it went from Edomites to
To
Jake.
Jake. That's when Jake took over. Because Yeshua was teaching.
Oh yeah.
That, was Septimius Severus.
Yeah.
193 AD.
Yeah.
No, that was Jake. Way
Long before that, yeah.
Long before that, man.
Yeah, kind of.
You had an emperor. You had a Caesar called Caracalla.
Caracalla, yeah.
Okay.
That was Septimius' son.
Septimius' son. Yep.
Yeah.
Then you had one called Pesinius Niger.
Yeah.
And there's if you go to Pesinius Niger, you go to Google, put Pesinius Niger, you can see the Negroid
Features,
man.
yeah. How about Hadrian Caesar? Hadrian Caesar?
Hadrian was.
He was Jake, right?
He was
Yeah.
Israelite, yeah.
He,
He was one of the Caesars that fought against the Jews, and he was a Jew himself.
yeah.
You know,
Hey, he's the
and
one
I
that,
believe he was a fact. You know,
oh,
he was all into that Roman shit, but he was an actual Jake.
yeah.
And one of the wars, you remember they had 3 wars against the Caesars, the Jews against the Caesars.
Yeah.
And the Roman Jewish wars, that was one of them back in 139 AD. You know?
Yeah, I think he was the one behind the wall in England, Hadrian's Wall.
Hadrian's Wall. Yep,
Hadrian's
that's right.
Wall, yeah.
Well, that was a Jake.
It was a Jake,
You know?
yeah. Yeah, he wrote,
This was a Jake. The movie Gladiator. You know, I always speak about that, you know, because I kind of like that Roman history.
That history, yeah,
So I
kinda.
always ran on it sometimes. Marcus Aurelius, which was Communist father, you know?
yeah, he wrote that letter to Sylvanus about in Egypt, the followers of Serapis are called Christians. That was Hadrian Caesar. He wrote, now they're saying that letter was a fraud. All of a sudden now that letter was a fraud.
Yeah, and anytime they used the word Christian back then, it was talking about the Israelites. It was talking about the Jews. If you go to Google and put in why did Claudius expel the Jews, or why did Claudius expel the Jews, and it tells you in the history that those were the Christians. So the word Christian and Jew was interchangeable. There wasn't no white people. There wasn't no white guy
No.
that says he wanted to be a Christian. It was Jake, man.
And you know what's heavy about what Apostle Tar said? Whether they were worshiping the true God, which is Yahweh Shai, or they were worshiping Serapis, they were Israelites. Because more Israelites were worshiping Serapis than the Edomites, which the God was for.
Just like today.
Just like today. That's why the scriptures say there's no new thing. See, you can project your minds to kind of what was happening back there, man.
And then when you go, y'all all heard of,
Because we were back there.
you all heard of this guy, what's this guy,
What's that?
Hannibal.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of videos on that. Now, when you look up the word Hannibal, that's a Hebrew word, bakar. Means, I think it means lightning. It means lightning. And Carthage means, it means new, I think it means new city. Like, how do you say new in Hebrew? Kadash.
Kadash.
So, the Ka are from Carthage.
Oh,
Right, it
check
means
that out.
translates. So when you go to that whole history and look up the name,
Yeah.
it said this comes from the Hebrew root, this comes from the Hebrew, showing you that the Carthaginian Empire, I'm sounding like Tazadak now. The Carthaginian Empire was in northern Africa, showing you that there were Israelites in Africa before we fled into Africa
Oh, yeah.
in 70 AD. Because
Yeah.
why did the Lord
Yeah.
parents flee into Egypt? Because
it-
there have been Israelites.
Well-
There have been Israelites in Africa.
Well,
Man.
going back to Ptolemy,
Going back to Ptolemy.
you had the Israelites. He
But even before that.
yeah.
Before that,
Alexandria
we were always scared.
were always in Egypt.
Niggas like to roam, man. man.
Yeah.
You know,
Because that's how Ptolemy subjugated the Israelites. He created that god and had them worshiping that
Carthage would be
nonsense.
around here.
You had a
That's it.
libertine.
All that around.
Yep.
The Alexandrians.
Alexandrians.
The libertines, I believe that's northern Africa.
Yeah.
You had a community of Israel of Jews in northern Africa, and you
Yeah.
had a community of Jews in Alexandria, Egypt.
And
you have
Alexandria.
communities of Jews in the land of Elam, in Babylon. Name a place, Jake was there.
Yeah.
The Asia Minor,
Asia Minor.
Yeah, you go the
and,
provinces, the provinces of Babylon. Jake was there. Shushan, what is that? Shushan Palace. Jake
That was
was
in Babylon.
yeah, Babylon. Yeah.
The Medo-Persian Empire.
Medo-Persian
Jake's up
Empire.
in there fighting the army.
Yeah.
You know.
Remember the
So you go ahead.
Shalmaneser V brought the northern kingdom into Assyria.
Yeah.
You know,
In captivity. Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Charlemagne.
know what? When anybody says, when Zabak is known for this. Where you from? I'm from Zimbabwe. You a Hamite. You don't know. He might be an Israelite.
He might
man.
be Israelite, man.
Hey, this guy, the so-called African or the richest man on the planet, they said Mensa Musa. Mensa Musa was a Jake. You know? Go ahead.
Romans chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's judgment, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they don't know the whole truth. They don't know Yahushua. Yahushua said, "I'm in his book spoken to me."
Yeah.
You know,
They did.
I come in the volume of the book and it's spoken to me. So if you take out the rape thing, then you not of Yahushua.
None of your house. Yeah, those
If you
Jakes.
said it, if you say the mark of the beast is not the microchip, that is spiritual, that's an embargo.
That's
You're
right.
just making shit up, man. You're not. Yahushua is not dealing with you.
Yeah, those Jakes in the churches. They're all bugged out over that Christianity.
Well, it's not even Christianity.
You have a zeal.
Yeah.
You got a zeal, but not according to knowledge. It's really what you call Christianity is really so-called white supremacy. Because in that religion, everybody looks like God looks like a so-called white man. The angels look like so-called white men. The prophets were all so-called white men. It's really so-called white supremacy. That's what it
And
is.
well, I did a video of the same title. Christianity is nothing but white supremacy.
Look at that. That's the spirit.
Because all the angels are white. But then you know what? Esau got some fucking, and like the chick in Goodfellas, you got some damn nerve.
Oh yeah.
You Edomites got some goddamn nerve to frame it, as Ariel would say, to frame in your mouth calling somebody a fucking racist, man.
That's
Your
a
whole
joke.
Christianity is based upon racism.
Racism.
Man.
Yeah.
All the saints are Edomites, man. God is Edomites.
Yep.
But if we jump up and say different,
Right.
we're hateful, man.
the problem.
And you know what? That's why the Most High is going to gather all the Edomites together and hold the scripture.
Yeah.
And he's
Obadiah.
gonna burn- and this is the scripture that Vocab Malone hates the most.
Obadiah.
Every time I throw Obadiah 118, he don't want to deal with it.
No.
He don't want to deal with the fact that we're going to gather all these Edomites together
That's it.
and we're going to burn them.
Burn
Roast
them.
them. You don't put them on the spit.
Light them up. Burn
Light
them
them
up.
up. Burn all the dirty.
Yeah. Everything is up, man. And that's that old hip-hop back in 1995.
Yeah.
And all them brothers got the hip-hop brothers got together.
Yeah,
And that's a bad album, though, man.
Oh yeah. Do you believe? That was the name of the album. Do you believe? Do you believe?
Bring them up.
Bring all the dirty crackers
And there goes the axe.
straight through to their backs. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Let it ring in these Edomites' ears.
Yeah.
Isaiah 1:18.
Come
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, the
Come
house of Joseph a flame.
Now,
Yeah.
when you look up the word fire, the word
Fire.
is ash. When you look up the word flame, I forget the Hebrew word, but really it's a poker. Like you know when you take logs and you burn it and you kind of poke it to
Right,
get
right,
the
right.
wood on
Kindle
top of the
fire.
fire to
Kindle
burn it better.
yeah.
So that's what Joseph is. He gonna be the one who they gonna eat him, like get him back in there,
Yeah.
get him back in the fire.
Yeah.
You know? That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jacob shall be on fire. The house of Joseph will flame.
Lahab. That's for
Flame.
Well, that's
No,
Blaze.
go
That's
with Blaze.
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 Lahab's Blaze. Yeah,
But
Blaze.
it also, when you go into the etymology,
Yeah.
it's a poker.
Poker.
You know? And like Poppy said, he did a video. And somebody came by my house, this nigga, he showed a picture of him. I don't know who this nigga is talking about. I was a fan of yours. He said, man, that motherfucker didn't know I was about to kill his ass. He said, I saw that motherfucker and I went back and got my poker.
Hey, that dude.
I knew that
Yeah, Poppy, man. That dude's something else.
That's what it is. The head of his.
Yeah.
So it's like a poker.
Kind.
You know? Now go on. There goes the Edomite.
Poke him.
Right back in the fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The meat hook. The meat hook. Right?
Yeah.
The Edomite meat hook.
That's why the Edomites said no to truth. They don't want to be
That's
Edomites.
the Edomite meat hook.
And the Edomites said no to truth. They don't want to be Edomites because they know that's what's coming for them.
Oh, yeah. Devil don't want to admit. Devil don't want to admit that he's an Edomite, man. They'll never admit that they're Edomite, man.
Yeah, but like the Lord said, you're going to drink of that cup, man. Because we drank of that cup.
Jeremiah 49.
Yeah, you're going to drink of that cup.
49.
Drink it! Yeah, like in that movie, Weird Science. When when the dude was afraid to drink it, he was at that bar. The old Jake said, "Drink it!"
Oh, yeah. I saw that the other day on Netflix.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, the old Jake, he said, "Drink it!" Go ahead, brother. You got it, bro.
Jeremiah 49:12. But thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it.
Yeah, that's us, man. We drank of that cup. Slavery, hardship, all that came with it. Catching that depression. We talked about depression, right? Hey, man, we drinking of that cup to this very day.
And we're at the end of it.
Yeah.
Now the scriptures say, better is the end of a thing
Than the beginning of it. Yeah.
So we're coming to the end,
Oh, yeah.
but Esau's coming to the beginning.
The beginning, yeah. Like you had that group from the Bahamas, the beginning of the end. They did that song, Funky Nassau. Hey, by the way, their sons, they grew up and formed the group. You know what it's called? The Baha Men. And they did that song, Who Let the Dogs Out? Yeah. Yeah, little musical trivia, you know.
Yeah.
You got it, brother. Go ahead.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished.
That's you, Esau.
And the first day of your slavery is going to be beautiful forever.
Oh, yeah.
And then in your mind, you got to you got that first day of slavery. The sun go down after you've been getting your ass whipped all day. You know that when you wake up the next morning, you're going to get your ass whipped again.
Round 2.
It's going to be round 2, round 3, round 15, round 2007. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, like in that Mortal Kombat, round 2.
That's it.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You got it.
Thou shalt not go unpunished. Thou shalt
Hey, you got to have fun with it, man. You gotta, yeah. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead and read it again.
It says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
That's you, Esau, so-called white man. You're going to drink of it, man. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Beginning with your elites.
I don't appreciate it.
You got it, bro.
2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Hey, you heard what the Lord said? Our light affliction. It don't feel light. And sometimes you be getting sick, man. You feel like you just want to drop dead, man. But the Lord called it a light affliction.
I remember one year we all caught the H1N1.
Oh, yeah.
I caught it a week
Woo!
before, man. And I wanted to go out speaking with him, and I couldn't even get off the couch, remember?
Yeah.
I told y'all go down, I couldn't even get up. And when they came back, I was still on the damn couch, man.
Yeah.
And it took, I don't know how long it took. I took herbs and shit. You got me herbs. Then eventually it went out of my system. Then the next week, y'all caught, man.
Yeah. And we was on our back.
Yeah, brother.
And we lost the job because of that shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
And that nigga, he gonna pay. He gonna pay. Go ahead, brother.
That was a spirit.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
There it
For
is.
the things which are seen are temporal, But the things which
Man,
are
like
not
this
seen,
shit. This shit is temporal, man.
things which are not seen are eternal.
That's it. This shit is temporal. The Lord gonna destroy all this shit, man. You got guys who,
Very soon.
yeah, you got guys who claim they're Israelites. They don't believe that, man. They really don't believe. The Most High ain't gonna destroy the white man,
They're
so-called
getting
white.
things, material things in this world
Yeah.
that they want to enjoy for a while. Because they don't see that the Most High coming back.
Exactly.
We see it the Most High coming back.
Crystal clear.
Like, now we can't say that the Most High gonna come back in 2019.
Right.
But we damn sure hope so.
We know it's
And
close.
it could happen. It could happen in the end of 2019. It could happen at the beginning of 2020.
20. Yeah.
It may go to the 2021. But
It's
we
close.
know this thing is close. It ain't gonna
close,
be
man.
We're not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be 87 years old with a cane.
With a cane,
and we
yeah.
out here speaking.
Yeah.
All right, get the scripture, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
All
another.
y'all are gonna be old.
Yeah, yeah.
Old, you know,
All,
be 87
all have gray hair.
in your late 60s and 60s. Get the hell out of here. Every one of y'all will be in the beach.
Well, I know I wouldn't be around. I'd be dead, man. I'd be dead.
Go eating the sandwich.
Yeah. Hey, we gotta.
Yeah, because you're old, you gotta eat.
Hey, we gotta.
You gotta have certain offices. Let the man to the bathroom and shit.
We gotta put our teeth in to
Oh,
speak.
yeah.
Brother, hand me that teeth over there.
Everything-
Hand me them teeth. Oh man, come on, man.
You have canes and shit,
Yeah.
glasses and shit.
Yeah,
Sometimes you might be dribbling in the scripture.
yeah. Dribble come off.
And most times don't have it looking like that. You know?
Be farting and shit while you speak.
My brother do that as a young man.
You gotta have an extra bag. Depends in
Oh, yeah,
there.
you gonna have
Depends on the garments.
Everybody gonna be wearing depends, man. Some of y'all brothers
Depends. It
some
depends.
of y'all brothers might have
Can't hold their water.
pictures on the
Can't hold your water.
I can't hold my water now.
Wow.
Nah, yeah, Lord.
Hey, getting old is a curse, man. It's a curse,
While
brother.
you doing the Uber, I gotta go to the bathroom, you go to the gas station.
Yeah.
You just can't go home. You gotta get gas. So you get $10, you know. Here you are, you got a full tank, you gotta get another $5. You say, give me $10 regular.
Just to use
Where's
the
your bathroom, man? Oh, it's around the corner. Now, if I said, where's your bathroom? The bathroom broke.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna buy some bathroom, it's still broke.
You barely made it to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Got a big pee stain on you.
Yeah. Oh, man, I've experienced that, bro.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta go home, take the pants off.
Oh, man, that's
Change your drawers. And
That's
go
terrible,
back
man,
out and
that's
hope
terrible.
It don't happen later.
yeah, we got Yahweh Shai got to come and deliver
And
us.
like when we come down here, we got strategical bathrooms.
Oh yeah,
Hey, brother, I gave you a new one, brother.
yeah. You sure did. You sure did. Along the way, we got bathrooms
We got
along the way.
bathrooms along the way, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta know them bathrooms.
You gotta know them bathrooms, man. You gotta know them bathrooms.
Romans 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time
Brothers
are
cracking
not
up.
worthy to be compared to the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Yeah, man. That's heavy because we feel like we're really suffering, but the glory is gonna. We ain't even gonna be. The glory is gonna be so heavy. We ain't even gonna remember the suffering. We're gonna be like, what, damn. All this glory we're getting, we suffered for this, you know?
Esau is going to be in the opposite position.
Oh,
He's
man,
gonna be
Esau.
ass kicked
I don't,
continuously.
well, Apostle Elder Tar said, what he said?
I was just cracking up.
Yeah, they cry. Apostle Elder Tar said, the Lord gonna put the spirit on him to deal with it. That's the one thing I have in my mind. How the fuck Esau gonna deal? How's he gonna do it? You know?
He's going to be in sorrow. You know?
Because he gonna have everybody on his ass. Even nature is gonna be against him. Think about that, brothers. Even the animals, they want to get their piece, their pound of flesh.
Like that elk that fucked that crack up. He started
Yeah.
playing congas on his head.
Oh, he went on. He
We're
went.
going to bring that moose.
Yeah, that moose.
We're
That
gonna
moose.
We're
Yeah.
going to bring that moose back to life.
Yeah,
Oh, he went on his two legs.
We're going to get that same cracker that got his ass
Yep,
kicked
yep.
back in 1988.
Yeah. And then they were playing that
Remember
music.
motherfucking 1988 in Alaska?
Yeah.
That moose beat your ass. Guess what? Here he is.
There he is.
You gonna have a cape on his back.
Yeah, have a cape on it. We're gonna put a gold chain around his neck, and then the moose gonna come up and do what he do.
Hey, you had that one hand like
That's the music that we're playing when he was getting his ass. It was, doop, doop, doop,
when the animals attack,
Yeah, cut.
come up. Remember the Edomite woman got mauled by that fucking bear?
Con.
There was a fucking bear, and the owner of the bear was a judo expert, Edomite,
Yep.
and they were playing music, and the bear was doing this shit.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Edomite would pet him, and the bear was,
Hey, man. What's up, so-called white people? Why the animals don't like you? What's up with that? The animals hate
like,
you.
you interrupted me while I'm listening to this good music, bitch.
I was getting my groove on.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how they're going, because in the kingdom, the animals still gonna have that real hate for them.
Oh, hell yeah. You got that hate now.
Hey, well, that's Isaiah 33 and 18, brothers. Thine heart shall meditate terror. That's what we're doing right now. We're meditating terror on these devils, man.
You go to the Bronx Zoo, that shit is sad, man. You see the polar bear like searching for an ice cube somewhere.
I don't know how these devils can do that. You put a lion behind a cage, man, just for the amusement and then you always see these little Edomite kids, they're making faces at the lion, and the lion is looking like, boy, if I could get out of this cage, you wouldn't be making faces at me. I'd fuck your ass up, you know?
They need you.
Yeah. They be mooning the animals, and the animals look all sad. Esau, you got a lot to pay for, man. That's why we hate you, man. Only a devil would put a lion behind a cage, a tiger. These creatures were made to run free. The earth is big enough for them to run free and do what they do, man.
It's like jail for animals.
Exactly.
Guess what? That video when animals attack is
Dog shit. Oh, look at that.
right here. I'm gonna watch it later.
Yeah. The animals hate you, you so-called white people, man. They don't like you, man. The animals don't like you. Yeah, go ahead, bro. You got it.
Sirach 39, verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Damn.
Of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction.
And Jake gonna taste of that too. 2/3 of Jake, because it tells you that in Jeremiah the 15th chapter. You got it? Okay, that's the spirit. Go ahead, brother.
Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? And thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as for death,
That's the Lord speaking about Israelites, wicked ass Israelites. Go ahead.
such as fall for the sword to the sword,
Yep.
and such as fall for the famine to the famine, and such as fall for the captivity to the captivity.
Yep.
And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dog to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Yeah, like Hitchcock, he made the movie The Birds. The birds swooped down and was attacking people. That's gonna happen, man. The Lord gonna put the spirit on them birds. They're gonna start attacking people, attacking Jake, attacking the nigger woman. You know, pecking that weave out of her head. She's gonna be running down the street and the bird zeroing on her. Pow, 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 pow. You know? Yeah, man.
It's almost 7:40, folks. With that,
Okay, with
I
that,
say shalom.
shalom.
And we covered a lot of things and
Con.
had a little fun at the same time. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta have fun with this shit.